Hello, and
Is this thing on? Sorry.
Is this thing on?
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Hello,
Hello.
and
phone guy.
hi. Shit, Jason went nonverbal. Welcome to another episode of Skill Issue.
Welcome to Nonverbal Podcast.
Yeah, nonverbal podcast. You get to
We
fill
sit
in the
here.
blanks, imagine what we're saying.
Yeah.
Do you remember the-
Surely it's great content.
Do you remember the meme where it was like Kanye's new concert? You have to imagine the music, and there'll be people in the audience who'll be like, "I can hear it." You got to imagine the podcast and be like, "I
can hear it. I can hear what they're saying. I can hear the good opinions coming from the mic. Yeah. All right.
We're back after too long.
We're back
why?
after like
can
a
address this.
month, and
I also want to address why Jason looks like SpongeBob.
I don't. Do you actually think I look like SpongeBob?
No.
No, this is okay. Okay.
I only
okay.
just thought of that right
are
now.
we assessing color theory right
I
now?
only just
Okay.
thought of that right now.
Okay, hang on. I have to address this.
But Jason's got heated enough to where someone else said that today too.
Wait,
you
really?
can't have been the first one who said that. If
I
you got
have
heated
to
about
address
it.
this.
Okay, you address it.
because
No, he looks
I was
tough. He looks
sitting
tough.
I
He
was
looks
sitting
tough.
at lunch
He does.
with one of my friends, and his girlfriend was like, "You look like SpongeBob."
I knew it. I called it.
And then I was with Kenny after his my friend, and I was like, "Be honest, don't look like SpongeBob."
I'm gonna
He
be
was
honest.
like-
I didn't think
And
it
he was
until
like,
Connor said it.
"No." It was like, "No, you don't look like SpongeBob." And now you just confirmed it that Kenny was lying to me, and I do look like SpongeBob.
Listen.
Well, okay. SpongeBob has a red tie and is yellow.
I'm just busting your balls.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
SpongeBob has a red tie.
Red tie and yellow
true.
skin.
That's true.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning into Skill Issue this week.
I will never pass up the opportunity to make fun of Jason. So
Yeah.
Jason never passes up the opportunity to make fun of you, so
It's
I feel like
true.
that
I
is like it's fair.
Well, I will
Yeah.
say there's this other
fair.
outfit
Perfectly
that I wear
balanced.
sometimes
It's fair
where
game.
it's the same shirt, but I remember I thrifted these really cool like pleated olive green pants.
Okay.
And I wore my
Nice.
black Doc Martens, and I would wear that sometimes, and it didn't
Whoa,
occur to me.
wait. Let me try to guess.
A white shirt,
White
olive
shirt,
green pants,
green
no,
pants.
no, I know what you're
and
saying.
black shoes.
I would wear this. I would wear this in
My
school sometimes
leg.
too. I would wear a white button-up shirt and green pants, and people are like, "Dude, you look like Peter Griffin."
I know. I didn't
That's
even
it.
realize it.
I was like, "No."
And it wasn't even that anyone told me. I realized it myself one day, and I was like, "I look like Peter Griffin."
I was like,
Yeah.
At least
no,
you're not built like
stop.
Peter Griffin.
Like,
Hey, that's
like,
that
I'm
is
sorry,
a thought.
that white top and green shirt just it looks really good.
I
Like,
know.
Yeah.
I know.
Guys, Jason insists upon himself.
There's
That's
a
all I can
reason
say.
that
Yeah.
I think I
they
white
dressed
shirt,
him up
green
like
pants.
that.
So I'm SpongeBob. I'm
And
Peter
insists upon
Griffin.
itself.
I'm
Yeah.
Skill Issue Podcast Jason.
horses.
Skill Issue podcast, Jason. Yeah. Today we're a day late and $1 short on the Crimson Desert conversation.
Why is that?
Yeah.
The elephant in the room that we were talking about earlier.
Address me.
Address me. We lost our episode. We said some things that criticized a certain nation state, and then we lost our episode.
Yeah, we
And
said
so,
some things.
Yeah, no, not really.
I just wanted to publicly, addressing the Skill Issue allegations.
Skill Issue allegations up front, just so you guys know.
We hit like 1,000 views on like the Star Rail video, and now it's the downfall.
Now we're getting canceled. Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know.
It was
First
only
of
a
all-
matter of time.
I'd like to apologize to those that I've hurt.
I've been unfaithful to the Skill Issue podcast.
Dude, I haven't even actually
been
looked at our
unfaithful.
YouTube.
Dude, it's okay. So all that to say though that we had a very timely episode.
We did.
The week that Crimson Desert
did.
came out, where we were talking about everything.
Dude, we were on the money.
We had really good opinions that no one had talked about at the time. We had points that we were going to bring up that were new, that were relevant. It was less than a week since the game came out.
Yes.
We were ready to go, and
the proverbial iron was hot.
it was very very
Proverbial
and we lost the episode.
We dropped the ball.
Files got corrupted.
We dropped the ball, guys.
We had 3,000.
Yeah, we
views on the
lost-
Honkai video.
We lost 3,000 now. Oh my
yeah.
God.
75 likes.
Hey, there we
It's
go.
not-
We lost the Skill Issue files.
Yeah.
It was a skill issue. on
Either
Honkai.
audio files got.
It was.
What was it? What's that thing where it's like?
corrupted.
No, there was like
and/or-
something in the sun. Like there was like a solar flare and like deleted our.
Yeah,
files.
that's what
yeah.
it was.
And
Yeah.
then
ICBMs. Yeah.
there was just an unknown force
something like that.
That deleted our files.
The point is that we don't have the episode. We're re-recording it tonight. We're having our conversation.
We also had
last time we had our Crimson Desert conversation, Jason was not here. So this time, not only do we have all 4 members here, but also we have one of us.
We have the voice of dissent
that has put over 100 hours into the game and has.
I finished my research paper, so I'm here.
Yeah. I finished my Crimson Desert research.
I've done
Nothing.
I can't.
We have 3 of us that have touched the
done
game.
Yeah.
And we have one of us who
hasn't
even
in the game.
who hasn't even touched anything.
Grass at all. Yeah.
I played some Crimson Desert and also like
touched digital
a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of other stuff.
All to say, we're going to talk about Crimson Desert tonight. That's our main topic. If we get to other stuff, great. But I want to.
My main goal is to talk about Crimson Desert.
It is, and then act like I don't know Abyss artifacts because those are hard to come by, man. They're tough to get.
I've seen guides on how to farm those. And I don't even know
I have followed those guides. They're false. I think it's like PC or something like that, dude.
So
I cannot get them.
Are we effectively just redoing your guys'?
Sort of, but like I have a lot of different information to add.
It's a lot different.
I again, like I said, last time we played,
Different ballgame.
It's $100, 100-hour difference.
Yeah. More. Well, no, yeah, almost exactly 100 hours. I was about 30 hours into it last time we recorded it. I barely scratched chapter 3.
All right.
I'm well into chapter 10. I'm 120 something hours, almost 130 hours into it. It's like I just haven't done any like multiplayer games this week in the last.
I guess
2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
Let's
Like
briefly talk about
gotta
what's changed for you,
dude. Okay. What's changed for me or what's changed for the
question.
game? Because a lot has changed for both.
I was going to say, like, talk us through some of the patches and like what has been a definite.
I'm going to say the only this is the point of pride.
After, maybe the day after we recorded that episode that got lost, like they put out a patch.
Yeah,
and then the following week they put up another patch. The only thing that I've ever put a ticket in through Pearl Abyss for, like an issue for, got fixed in that patch.
Yeah.
What else is there to say?
Yeah, in the lost media.
In the lost media that we have,
we were talking about.
There's a lot of things that we talked about, we criticize, that have been kind of fixed since then.
Namely, the camera angles.
The camera angle is the biggest thing. The camera angle was one of my 2 big issues last time we talked, where I thought at launch the camera angle was too far away. It was not only too far away, but it was like dead center in the screen. It felt really bad to play when your character's little and in the center of the screen, like the bottom middle. It felt like a mobile game.
It's like
almost.
a Lego game. Well,
Something like that.
But actually, no.
But even worse.
Lego does it better.
So the point is that the most recent patch that came out, there's probably going to be another one tomorrow, honestly. They've been in a consistent every weekend kind of situation at this point. But the most recent one they put out, one of the biggest ticket items on there was a camera adjustment where you can customize it. And maybe I take a little credit for this because when I did put in my ticket, I did describe all the features that worked in Elder Scrolls Online, because that's a big MMO. This company's known for making MMOs, and their system allowed you to change the vertical, horizontal, angle, and all that. And when they came out with their update, it is 1-to-1 with how Elder Scrolls Online's camera system works, customizable camera system works.
Okay.
Not saying that was all me,
No.
but anyway, it's good.
but we'll take our check. You can deliver it.
I will take my Pro Abyss check.
Yeah, can we just
deserts?
Whoa.
Can we just like put him in the credits of the game? Please?
Yeah, but just put my name in the credits of the game. That's all I'm asking for. Make me a named character in the next game, something like that. Anyway, it's better. That's my main point. Camera's way better. It feels good to control. Not only do you have like the distances that you can still do and like the first person stuff like that, but you can make it to the side, up a little bit, have your head a little bit further up the screen. My thing, I keep coming back to this. For a third-person action game, I will always stand by the fact that the best camera angle for any third-person action game I've ever played, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei. Those put you exactly where you need to be, where you get a full view of your armor. It feels good in combat, and it feels good navigating the world and everything. This game, you can finally get your character close enough, and we have a screenshot pulled up, where you're close enough to where it feels like the angle you get in Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima.
So I've seen people post like, now that you can customize it,
like the numbers
to a numerical value.
Yeah.
People say like, do you want it to look like Ghost of Tsushima? Here's the numbers. Like, people are specifically actually referencing that.
They're doing. There's a Red Dead one out there for like how to make it look like Arthur.
There's a Red Dead preset. There's a God of War preset. And there's a Ghost of Tsushima one.
The fact that you can customize it to different, presets of games that have different feelings.
Well, it's not.
I know what you mean.
Close
though.
enough.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
To
Feels
kind
good.
of capture the different essence of a camera of like Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Or that kind of thing is really cool.
It's really nice.
But something else that I remember about Ghost of Tsushima is the camera angles and the panning was relatively dynamic.
Yeah.
As far as there are
Very
certain
much so.
moments where it'll pan out and it'll zoom in. Does this game do that?
A little bit. Yeah. This game has a lot of cinematic areas. It's similar to, I mean, you're going to see a lot of comparisons to Witcher 3 and Red Dead 2 online. Those are inevitable. And in those conversations, I do feel like it bears repeating that the transition from gameplay to cutscene is pretty seamless, and it fits right in. Unlike some games, you never lose your outfit. You're always ever wearing the outfit in the cutscenes that you have on normally, so that part is really nice. But a lot of times with the camera, it'll angle back and forth. It'll move around according to where your character needs to be for the cutscene, or for combat, it'll back up automatically by a certain degree for combat. If you're getting to a really cool vista, sometimes it will back out a little bit too. And so it's not. I mean, camera angles like Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei are the gold standard. They're the platinum standard. You're not going to get better than them when it comes to like dynamic camera scaling and positioning throughout gameplay to create the most perfect vistas that you can get. But it does as good as it can, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know,
Yeah.
can we give a quick synopsis of what Crimson Desert is?
That's a good question.
This is their first introduction, our humble listeners.
Yeah, it is. I mean, assuming that you are completely outside of the cultural zeitgeist with video games right now, Crimson Desert is a mostly third person, kind of first. It's a third person action open world game where it is a new-ish IP. It is an IP that was previously only in an MMO, multiplayer online.
Of an old IP, but it's a new
Yeah,
IP.
I would say it's close enough to a new IP, definitely a new story. Open world game where to the fullest extent of the term sandbox, it is a sandbox game. Like you think of when you think of the term buffet, of it has everything in it, and those individual things can be as much as you want them to be depending on your output. That is this game. There are so many systems at play, and I think that in our original recording, that was a critique I had, where I was like, I feel like there's too many things going on. I don't know if they're going to mesh together. I don't know if they're going to feel cohesive by the end of it. And that was a big issue I had, where there's so many things. I mean, there's combat, there's cooking, there's base building, there's stories, there's like a storyline with politics and stuff like that. There's exploration, there's
fishing.
There is a fishing minigame.
It can't be a sandbox game without those two things.
It's over. There's a mech that you can find. There's a dragon that you can ride. There's like mounts. There's pets. You can make a pet out of pretty much any animal a lot of animals that you can see.
And that's all not even talking about like what you as the main character can do.
Well, some of it.
Well,
I know what you mean.
Most of that.
Yeah.
Because the way I describe Crimson Desert, it's like, I feel like you're playing with toys.
It does.
Because I'm like, what if I have this character where it's like, I can swing swords and I can fly and I can glide and I can...
And I come back to life. You can't actually kill me. My character's actually... he has a secret reason that keeps him alive.
I can revive and I can do whoa, like
I can have a JoJo stand.
Punch. Yeah. And I can like go poo up in the air and like... What if I could do all that?
You could do all that in one. It is the game that before it came out, people were hailing as the impossible game.
Like, what if I could do all of that?
Like,
it
really has.
Yeah.
It is video game the game. Like that's essentially what this is.
I'm the main character. I can do all this stuff.
You got a like medieval fantasy setting that is borderline steampunk with some of its inventions. You have gameplay elements from Witcher and Red Dead. You have gameplay elements from Tears of the Kingdom, like Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda kind of stuff. You have gameplay systems that feel MMO, and that like there's so many different elements to it that you could just play hours and hours and not even pull out your sword, not even pull out a weapon. You have 3 different playable characters. You have like friendships that you can cultivate. You have relationships set, like standards that you can build up.
Yep.
It is everything. And the main issue with that is that it runs the risk of being miles wide, centimeters deep.
Right.
It runs the risk of being that. It could.
It's the biggest fear.
But I would argue, having played 120 hours of it and having been a very heavily like a critic or like a skeptical critic of it in the beginning.
Realistically skeptic.
Okay, to be fair,
I gave
it.
Like, oh, it's not going to work. Like,
yeah. Last time we recorded, I gave it a tentative number of like what I think that I might rate it by the end of it, just based off how I felt like 20 to 30 hours in. That number was 6.5 at the beginning. It is higher than that now, and that is as someone who I was originally rooting for it. Then I started playing for it, then I started playing the game. Got really frustrated by a lot of things. Felt like it didn't work. Felt like it wasn't for me. Kept playing because they came out with the updates and they came out with a lot of things that were like, okay, you're kind of addressing the stuff that I had issues with. I guess I'll keep going. And now I'm so fully bought in that I feel like it's like is this self-inflicted copium or am I actually just having fun? Where am I on the spectrum here?
And well, that's I guess like for Connor and I, we have enough of the early on, and then I haven't played since a single patch.
You haven't?
I have not
That's good
played.
to know. That's good to know.
So I guess unfortunately I don't have an answer for you today.
Right.
But when I have time to play again, I will play.
But something that we really were touching on when at most we had, maybe 30 hours was like all of us was like, this is a tough one to review.
It's extreme.
Yeah.
This may be the most
hard
difficult.
To review.
This may be the most difficult game to review that I've ever done, especially for the sake of the of the podcast here, and the content that we do.
It goes without saying, but like before we, plugged in a microphone and started talking, like we would share our thoughts with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opinions that I have.
Yeah.
I want to restate before we get into specific elements of it, because I'd like to kind of have Jason being someone that hasn't played it, but who has played a lot of very in-depth systems, like systems-heavy games before. I feel like you know enough about this kind of concept of a game to be able to ask the right questions. Before we get into that kind of stuff, I want to kind of bring up another point that I brought up in the first episode, like the original episode where we talked about this.
Yeah.
Where when I was sub 30 hours into the game, I had two games that I compared it to. I want to make that comparison again because I do feel like they both still bear repeating, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about these. The first one is that this game is similar to Cyberpunk, and that even back then I believed, I called it would be a significantly better game when the devs refine it.
Yes.
I was someone who didn't play Cyberpunk until the PS5 remaster. It originally came out PS4. I didn't play it when it came out. People hated it then. I didn't touch the game until it got remastered, but when I did play it, it had been fixed so much that it was a 10 for me because I thought that this is my first foray into the game. It is perfect for me. I think that give this a year and a half to 2 years where all the fixes have been made. I think if you were to jump into it fresh at that time, I think it could easily be a 10. Yeah. I do think there are people that could very much be like, yeah, this is a perfect game for me.
I think so too.
That sets a dangerous precedent.
It does because it's unfortunate that it can't be that way at launch. And it's like, do we allow devs to get away with this at launch? That's the precedent that we have to worry about.
But even at launch, it was still difficult to review because it was such a enormous package of a game that people rushing to get reviews out within the first day could only play so many hours.
Yeah.
And you could argue that there were major systems that you couldn't have possibly unlocked yet.
You can't. I was telling Connor this earlier. This game begs to be compared to a Oblivion or Skyrim, in that it is such a massive game that is so systems rich and content rich.
Like even more so. It's like you could play 20 hours of Skyrim and unlock almost every mechanic in the game.
Maybe
most of them.
But
if you were hardlining the story.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like with this game, you can go straight storyline and miss like a bunch of tutorial things.
Even
if you
so,
want to.
if you 20 hours hardline the story, you're still missing out on a lot of mechanics.
You are.
Yeah.
But, and so this game begs to be played slowly.
It does.
This game almost demands to be played over a significant amount of time. And I feel like if you are someone that is trying to do an honest review of this game, you are doing yourself and the game collectively a disservice by rushing it. Because there are so many things to be experienced in this game that, and when we talked about this before, but it's like the whole, like people saying, oh, it doesn't get good until 60 hours. It sucks that sometimes that's how it is, but we talked about it. It's an MMO. It's an MMO, but single player. It's a single.
Literally.
It's a SMO, if you will. It's or I don't know if that works. Anyway, it's
an MSO. It's a massively single player game.
Yeah.
MSO.
It's MSG.
Yeah, it's MSG. Yeah, in more ways than one. Because honestly, I could compare this game to Candy in that it is everything exciting, and then you get a sugar rush.
I get a
and then
little
you're
propeller
like,
hat on when I
whoa.
play the game.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, the
that's
little dog
that.
with
We'll talk
Do
about.
you feel like this game would be overwhelming for someone like me who doesn't typically play?
No. It's so slow. It's not overwhelming.
It does take its time, and I think that is also part of it because like you can take 80 hours and still be only halfway through the main storyline.
Yeah.
Even if you are beelining the storyline,
It doesn't-
because it does take its time.
Not overwhelming.
Okay.
Like I would say that like if you are trying to really just buzz through the entire story and you're trying to skip everything else and just try to get like progression as fast as possible, I mean maybe, but at the same time though, like the way the game dishes out the content and the learning curve and the elements that you need to interact with, certain things are rushed. But a lot of things are taken so slowly that you do feel like you're like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I can see how the game is trying to forcefully pace me.
Right.
Okay.
So
A lot of this.
for the sake of going forward, I am in the club of those who I've played dozens of hours and I'm still in the first area.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
I'm still in the first area. I tried like venturing out, going out a bit, and I'm like, nah, let me go back. Like, all right, let me go back.
I wouldn't be more than 2 hours in if I hadn't seen like videos online of where to get good loot, and I hadn't gone and chased those,
very
which is
important.
that's part of a conversation later. Let me go ahead and make my other comparison. It's also similar to Expedition 33 in that the only at the time of writing this, the only opinions you'll see online about this are ones that have been repeated ad nauseum by the same handful of YouTubers and reviewers. Let me dig into that a little more.
be clear.
Let me unpackage that a little bit, because what I mean by that is at launch, Expedition 33
What do you mean
was
by that?
hailed as the best game of this generation. Like the best game of the
Of all
2000s. Like people put it up like Moist Critical put it like his top 10 of all time.
We
Insane.
need to rate it as
ridiculous.
we need a game of the decade award.
Exactly.
I actually saw
You
that.
know what?
Or
We
what
did,
was
we
it? It was
did.
like this should be a mandatory game for like all people getting into video games.
It was
When
it was
when I
a
said
knee-jerk
what I said-
overreaction.
When I said what I said, was that on one of the Lost episodes?
It might have been.
Because
What were you gonna say?
What I said was that
I feel like you said this to me in the car.
I did, but I think it was afterwards. I think it was after the episode that we recorded that you weren't there for.
Okay.
That's why I said it.
Okay.
It was that. We're not going to talk about Expedition 33 again. You know, we're not going to. No. Like,
I think
I'm not done talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Like,
not.
I'm
It's-
not. Like,
the conversation around it last year was so horrible and so disjointed and overwhelmingly like ridiculous with the way that people were like just piling
I'll say
on
it.
praise. No, I think it does bear like holding people accountable for bad opinions.
I think
I think
so.
we need to hold people accountable for that. And so yes, we will continue. I've said I'm done talking about it. No, I'm going to keep talking
Yeah.
about it. I am a grade A hater at heart. I'm going to like pile on the hate until the general collective public realizes that they were wrong about this game and I was right. To Connor's point. To
Yeah,
Connor's
yeah.
point.
I don't know. Like, if you have
Yeah.
your own personal opinion, comment. I don't care.
Please
Yeah.
comment. Please, we will debate.
We'll go
we can go toe to toe.
I
Watch
don't
our
care.
episode.
We'll do a live stream and just we'll like go toe to toe with
Yeah,
Expedition
we'll
33 comments.
bring you on.
Listen,
We'll
like,
bring-
I will hold a prove me wrong. I mean,
We'll do like a-
Charlie
We're
Kirk
gonna,
kind
we're
of like
gonna go to
debate.
college campuses and prove
Like,
me wrong.
if
Expedition
anything,
33
I feel like-
sucked.
I will canvass a college campus
Listen,
and be
literally.
like, hey, I will talk to you about this, and I'll prove you wrong.
counting or not counting the game awards.
Yeah.
Counting or not counting.
Never wrong.
Yeah.
So like I feel at the top of my game because like I know someone that was like fully intending like I'm gonna buy this game, I'm gonna live stream me playing it, and we're gonna have a great time and do the whole game. Stopped after Act 1.
Yeah, Act 1 ends, realizes all the plot holes, and
Started Act 2, we're like, oh, what? Started Act 2, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like this, and they stopped playing it.
Yeah, real.
You know,
I feel great about that.
Yeah,
You know what it reminds me
feels
of?
so good, dude.
it's like
People
the
are waking
really.
up.
I love this video. And I think me and Connor were talking about it the other day. Who was it? Was it DJ Academics? Who was like he was live streaming and he was so excited. He's like we're gonna be reacting to live to this new Drake album. He was like so excited. It's like 3 songs in
He was asleep on stream. Like,
on the stream.
asleep.
The album is still going.
It's literally the
It's
Patrick
playing a
like,
song in the background. He's like,
yeah, the Patrick meme. Yeah, dude. Okay. Let me wrap up what I was saying here though, because I think the like okay.
so long story short, we're
what I
not
put-
done. If you're gonna hear
No,
about it,
I'm not done. I'm gonna keep harping on this. What I wrote, and this is at launch, where Expedition 33 got endless, mindless praise that was largely unfounded and copy and paste. Crimson Desert is getting the same amount of complaints thrown at it over and over again without anything meaningful being added to the conversation since the day before it launched when reviews originally came out.
That's fair to say.
For the sake of informing the podcast, the day that reviews came went live for Crimson Desert, we were all here and we were watching those videos together, just seeing what people thought about them.
did.
And that's one thing we noticed is that it was the same things over and over again. But like the only unique thoughts that came out around the game were when the reviews were originally coming out, when there wasn't general online critique. But then especially once online general critique came out, the only things that you saw in any TikTok video, like YouTube short, Instagram reel, was just rehashed opinions over and over again, just critiquing the same things. And that's what happened when Crimson Desert come out.
Yes.
But big asterisk right now is the fact that now we are 3.5 to 4. We're close to a month since the game came out.
Yeah.
The general conversation about this has shifted to like for the better, I would say. I think people are now that people have had enough time to explore the game and to interact with it enough, they're starting to realize, oh wait, there's more to this than X reviewer that I follow said originally. There's more to this than IGN or GameSpot or Forbes or like these people that don't really play games for fun but play games to review them for a living have to say. And now you're seeing that, like, I wrote this under like less than a week before like it had been out for a week, and now I'm talking about this about a month later since it's released. I think that the conversation has shifted for the better, and I do think that it like they just hit a 5 million copies sold. That's a big milestone. 5 million sold. It's a big deal for them. Great for them. I'm really happy.
It's
for
way
them.
more than Marathon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's not.
That's
even the
more
same
than
conversation.
Crimson, not Crimson, Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Within this time frame, yes. They got that. They got that amount like in a year.
Yeah,
but
total
this
copies
is
sold,
like
yeah.
a month. This is like
Less than a
sub
month.
Yeah, less than a month, and they got 5 million. I mean, it's Pearl Biz. Like they're an established big company too, so it's like there's also that to consider.
Well, let me ask you
fair.
this, just quickly.
Yeah.
Why do you think, and what does it say about this game, or maybe these devs compared to Expedition 33 and their devs? Why do you think the reception from the reviewers and the initial audience was such a stark difference?
Wait, I can answer.
Okay, I want to hear Ben's answer for this.
Okay, so
I have an answer.
what we've learned is, if you want to win Game of the Year, you only need about 10 hours of good content
at the beginning, up front.
At the front.
Yeah.
Okay, and then everything else can fall to pieces. It doesn't matter because no one else
Act
plays.
3 can be completely disjointed and horribly paced.
have a cool
but if you're
concept,
And then-
it's good.
have a twist that's enough to boggle the mind of a high schooler,
Yeah.
and then keep kind of riding off that and keeping the intrigue and just fall on your face
Yeah.
when it comes to delivery.
Game
of the year.
Game
Did
of
the
the year.
reviewers even get to the end?
I'm starting to think no.
No.
And
I
that's where
For
I hold
Crimson Desert, no.
I hold
For
myself
Expedition
to a higher
33, did
standard
they even
in
get
that,
to the
like,
end?
this is why I'm not doing a proper full review today, because I haven't rolled credits yet, and so that's why I'm not doing a proper review tonight. I'm very close to credits at this point. Like
Yes.
I'm very close to credits.
I'm
But
not- I'm not.
I'm not giving a final
Yeah.
number tonight until I roll credits.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
because I have a little more integrity than a lot of other journalistic
Let's give
organizations.
a
Yeah.
little round of applause.
Yeah, well,
Thank
applause
you.
track.
I think
applause track.
I think
Thank
it's
you. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
think it's the second one on the
This one,
no. Of
This.
the
this,
the
this.
Yeah, those.
See.
I think it's C. That should be a round of applause.
Maybe it's a round of applause. Maybe we're getting that. Maybe it's a fart noise. I don't know.
It could be a trumpet.
So-
I don't
Yeah, it
know.
could be
There's
that,
some
yeah.
weird ones in
Yeah,
there
we'll
too.
see. There's some weird ones. It's
But
like,
and then the other side to
Yeah.
Expedition 33's credit is they didn't have to roll out a bunch of patches.
That
They
is
didn't.
true.
They
That-
didn't.
Okay.
And that is also fair, because like
fair.
that game was for better or worse.
It was the
it's
full package
complete
at launch.
full package at launch.
But and I think that's also because Expedition 33 was not nearly as ambitious.
And it wasn't
As-
as widely expected to be good at launch.
Yeah,
like
true. That's also
like,
fair.
there was a lot of expectations for Crimson Desert.
it
at
was
launch.
gonna like people
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be a cool game, and then when it came out, it was like whoa. But then Crimson
The
Desert
first 10 hours of this game were awesome, and then
Yeah,
I never
like-
played it again.
Well,
was better than you thought.
is
Crimson
it-
Desert was like, oh, this is gonna be the game of all games. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
like
mean,
And it can be if you commit.
right.
So what were you gonna say, Jason?
the huge discourse that you'll give about games like these who, it's buggy or it doesn't feel completely complete at launch is like it's similar to Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But would I be remiss to say that this is even more ambitious than Cyberpunk was?
Yeah,
It
no,
is.
no, you would not be remiss to say that. I would say this is absolutely more ambitious. Cyberpunk was a phenomenal, I would say, in its current state, perfect game. But it is fair to bring up the fact that there was issues at launch, and then when we're talking about ambition and about what they promised versus what they delivered, yeah, I do think that like Cyberpunk launched in a horrible state, and it has now set the standard for other companies now being afraid to launch in that kind of state.
Definitely so.
And this game, I feel like, would have benefited from more user testing, in the way that Cyberpunk would have benefited from holding out a little bit. And I think that we have to be fair there, because we can't just say, oh, this game's perfect now, so like it never had. No, like Crimson Desert had a lot of issues at launch. At launch, there were enough issues to where I would still say, even having played more now that is outside of the purview of all the changes that have been made, I would still say where I am now, if nothing had changed, if none of these patches had come out, it would still be at around a 7 for me.
Well, I
And
think
so I think we have to be fair with that too.
yes, and I agree. I think you
Yeah.
really, especially if it's a paid game.
oh, continue. But there's an elephant in the room we have not addressed yet.
All right, finish your thought. Then we'll ride the elephant.
I think especially when it's a paid game, you really do need to hold the developers accountable.
You do,
And I
yes.
think
You do.
something that makes it so relevant to me is the fact that, and this game is nowhere near as egregious of this as Firaxis was with Civilization 7.
Yeah.
Where it's like the Civ 7 has been out for almost a year now, and it's still like
Crazy.
completely changing its identity.
Yeah.
Like it's still going through updates where it's like I don't even know what this game is
It's
anymore.
like
and
Overwatch 2 Blizzard levels of like, I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm like completely reverting back to different
Yeah.
things, and it's like you paid $60 or $70 for this game at launch a year ago, and now like it's not even remotely the same
No.
product. So out of the sheer principle that I don't want any developers to even think that that's an acceptable
Okay,
thing
yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like you have to hold.
Yeah,
I don't-
You
I
have to
hold
hold
these
them accountable.
truths to be self-evident.
That's
all these
true.
games. Yeah,
I
that
don't
all
think
games need to be released finished.
right.
and I
No.
will say this game was released finished.
Yes.
But that finished product, I don't think was tested.
Right. I think I would agree. I think the game was released finished. It's just that when they realized that the players personally preferred things differently, they changed it.
And
I think that's the best case you could possibly ask for.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the game didn't add content.
No,
it added customization,
quality of life.
Quality of life mechanics
and customization and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They weren't changing the story at all. Yeah. They weren't changing. They didn't add more weapons, more armor, more any of that. No. It was just menu options,
literally,
and then like ability,
just making
longevity.
Everything just easier.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you think that live service games have changed that model some about
maybe a little bit.
Unfinished products maybe hitting
free ones, yes.
Yeah, I think that there is.
I think it's changed players' expectations and therefore changed developers' window of leniency.
Yeah,
to be able to release things in certain conditions because people just expect. There'll be an update.
I mean, you could kind of say that's the same. That's literally just humanity.
Yeah,
that's what I expect.
But Connor's right in that it's not just developers. I think it is management and it is stakeholders.
Yeah,
at these companies.
It's more the higher ups.
They realize that people are going to pay a certain amount of money.
Just ship
and
it.
They may be patient.
Yes.
They may be more patient than we may have originally thought they might be because this game came out and then got fixed later on and then their player count went up. This game did the same thing and people bought it at first, stopped playing, and then returned once the fixes came out. So we can afford to do this, to launch it at this state to like boost shareholder value, and then eventually fix it when it comes out.
I think people...
But like also, like this is all because the developers are probably like breaking their backs, and that the higher ups are receptive enough to roll these changes out fast enough. Yeah. If the first update came out today,
that's too late.
Like a month in, that's way too late.
That's totally different story.
The conversation around your game has died at that point.
Totally different story.
It was like what, 2 days when they rolled out the first update?
Yes. It was single digit days when they rolled the first one out, and then less than a week later they rolled the next one out, and then a week later they rolled the
If that wasn't the case, it would be a completely different story.
And they've bought a lot of player goodwill by doing
Yes, and I was gonna say, I think that in the case of this game, players and media now are cognizant enough of that to see it as a positive trend, where not just players can be like, hey, these devs, maybe it wasn't play tested as well to begin with, but they rolled out these changes quick, and they fixed the game for the better. I think that's things that not just players can take to heart, but I think these are things that like even the most pea-brained corporate CEO can see and apply that to his company.
Yeah, it is. And I'm mixed on it at the end of the day. Like being someone that has played as much as I have, I'm very mixed on it because on the one hand, I like the precedent that it sets for other companies where you're like, oh yeah, we can buy more player goodwill by fixing the things they're asking us to fix on premise. Like as they're asking us about this, like we can fix it as it's happening.
We're not gonna wait for paid DLC. We're not gonna wait for a sequel. Sports games.
But at the same time, though,
is this lightning in a bottle, or is it? Will this change anything?
I'm gonna say at this point, they're treating the player base as free QA.
Yeah,
we are free testing for them when they should have done this testing before it launched. Mm-hmm. And I think I have to like honestly the point amount that I give at the end will be determined according to that a little bit. I mean, because you have to take that into consideration.
We've watched reviews like Luke Stevens.
I will say this:
he said that like he's been receptive. He's been vocal about his like what things he wants changed, and they've changed it. Like, should there have been more that changed before launch? Yes. Given how receptive they are, the devs, yes, there should have been more that changed before launch.
Yeah.
But it was comforting to hear that they were so receptive to change things very quickly before launch to those that were beta testing. But it's like,
it still leaves a bitter taste in your mouth.
Can I even expect devs after this to be the same way? No.
I don't know.
I would say
I would
no.
assume no, but I would. I don't know.
Do you guys feel like maybe it's a marketing tactic
It's debatable.
of
Possible.
keeping your game a little bit more relevant and being like,
Okay.
you guys got to play like it's so much better. Like they've made all
Drip-feeding
these
fixes
changes
to make sure that it stays
I
in
would
the cultural
say
conversation.
because they are a studio that is well versed in making an MMO. In their case, I would say probably yes. Probably yes. They probably had people on the pulse ready to receive feedback immediately upon launch.
Yeah.
To decide what to change, and right away they were immediately just hot fixing.
And it is
Because,
interesting.
I mean, if it was an MMO, I would expect that. Say like it's Final Fantasy 14 and they roll out a new update, and everyone has a certain opinion about it. I would expect fairly soon they would roll out like a hot fix to change little things because it's a live service game, it's an MMO.
Yeah.
You would do that because you have to keep people online. So because that's where it's coming from, it kind of makes sense, coming with their background.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing that in some ways they're kind of applying the MMO tactics to a single player game.
In so many ways,
And
not
it's
just like this, but
working.
other ways too.
Yes.
What are you saying there's like some in-game ways? Of
Many
For
ways.
sure. I think in other in-game ways that they're applying the MMO tactic and I would say just general logic around the way that's kind of the way the game is built is the systems at play. I think that a lot, having played a few MMOs, a lot of times they're very systems rich, systems heavy.
Yes.
There's a lot of things to do, but they don't give it to you all at once. They kind of spread it out over a series of
That's where the
sub-tasks.
That's where the depth comes into
Yeah.
to like keep you invested.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whether that's mini games, whether that is crafting, whether that's fishing, whether it's customization, whether it's combat, all these different things, the MMOs that I've played, typically they'll kind of like spread them out a little bit. They'll be like, hey, we're not going to give you all these at first.
Yes.
We're going to have this NPC from this location.
Hit level
do
12,
this.
then you can try
Yes,
this.
Yes,
Yeah,
do this level. This game gates those according to story chapters that you're in.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, you can't really access a full camp until this story chapter, or you can't access this ability until this story chapter. You can't access this part of the map until this story
Yeah, and
chapter.
like that ability you unlock.
That is an MMO
That
tactic.
gatekeeps certain areas of the map because you have to break open a door to go there. Like
Yeah. And it's like you don't get that ability until this chapter. And so it does gate those things a certain way, but I don't mind it that much with this game because I would say it hasn't really been done before for a single player game.
and like it's so dense.
It's
that, like,
really dense.
I don't
with how
mind
much
it
there
because
is.
if they're gatekeeping, half the map from me, I don't care because the half that I have, like, I can barely make sense
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
It's so much. Like I can barely contain it.
You really are, you're spending your in-game days in the early times, in the early parts of the game, scheduling your day. Okay, I'm gonna do this thing at this part of the day.
And there
this
are
thing-
things that take
Yeah.
place during the in-game cycle of day, like
Yes,
certain
yes.
things you can't do in certain times of the day. Like
Yeah,
that's also
yeah.
a thing.
It is.
Well-
and yeah, okay, sorry. What?
Oh, well, no, please finish your thought.
It was really just the fact that there are a lot of things that feel like an MMO, but in a single player game.
Yeah.
And
Very much so.
on the surface, I can very much understand if you are someone that sees those things and is immediately like, not for me, I'm done playing. Understandable.
Totally.
But as someone that didn't love it at launch,
The time system
but has stuck
makes me
around.
think about that.
Oh, I have some things to talk about.
Time
the
system is
Oh,
very
yeah.
MMO-esque.
some of my biggest
So,
complaints are around the time system.
Before we get to
Yeah.
that, though, going around this whole MMO single player thing, originally when we had our last recording,
Was this the elephant in the room?
no, the elephant in the room. I'm sorry. The elephant in the room was that I have played it on PC and Nathaniel played it on console.
Yeah,
And up
Pretty
until
big
this
difference.
point, and it still is a very big difference. But before certain changes, well, for example, I could change the camera distance
yeah, and I couldn't.
from launch.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Interesting.
Not the camera perspective where I could change the XYZ axes. Like I couldn't change those.
It was the distance to the
Yeah,
player.
but I could.
Yeah.
Console had 3 locked perspectives, whereas I had a scroll wheel where I could like go between
You
like
had like 32.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like a ton of like I could really fine tune it.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that in console. So
Yeah.
That control wise too, controller had a lot of issues, and you still can't change the bindings yet. But on PC, you can change the bindings like as of 2 days after the launch. Like
yeah.
So right away.
Let me ask you this, Nathaniel.
Mm.
From what I've seen a little bit from the gameplay and what you've shown me, this game is diverse in its geography, but also in the cultures it's trying to represent.
Wait, I was gonna say something before that. Oh my god.
Give me 1 second and I'll answer that. I want to pause this. I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
It's fine.
I'm so serious.
Go piss, girl.
I have to go so bad.
Go piss, girl.
You don't have to. We don't have to pause. You're fine.
We won't pause.
I will say that
I'm gonna audibly like moan into the microphone while I can't remember what I was gonna say.
no, I can filibuster,
Oh,
dude. Crimson Desert has more players right now than Marvel Rivals does.
really?
Really?
Yeah,
How many?
it's 112,000 playing Crimson Desert right now,
Only on PC as
Holy.
and that's only the Steam charts.
Wow.
And there's 111,000 playing Marvel Rivals.
That's
very
crazy
impressive.
because, well, it Rivals is right before having a big update.
Mm-hmm.
So like, people are probably at this moment like waiting and like not getting on, waiting for the next big update to happen. But still, that is a multiplayer game, reliant on like, hey, do you want to be in a 6 stack or do you want to lose? Like, so
Yeah, real.
that's kind of how it is. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? What were we talking about right before that?
I would just also like to say, rip New World.
Yeah.
New World was probably one of the best new age MMOs that had come out.
Mm.
It had a peak Steam players of around 1 million people
Sheesh.
playing,
MMOs are hard.
and it has just fallen off. They were
Can
gonna
you check
close the
right now?
servers.
Can you check right now how many players are on Blue Protocol?
Blue
Oh
Protocol.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I tried playing that at launch, and I sunk some hours into it, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it.
I don't even. Star Resonance.
BPSR. Yep.
There are 1,000 people playing.
Yikes.
1,000.
That's the thing with MMOs, they're brutal.
MMO.
Second you have the whole world, the next
So-
you got 1,000.
MMOs are really hard to
Wait,
break
they're doing
into.
a Shangri-La Frontier crossover right now?
Really? BPSR is?
Yeah.
Evidently it's not that good.
No, that's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. That means
Yeah.
they need that to like
They're fried.
float.
That was a goated anime, though.
Yeah.
I think the hard thing, too, is that everyone likes MMOs in theory, but no one likes to play them.
No, because
True. It's true. I like to remember the good old days of X
Yeah.
MMO, and then I go on and I'm like, this doesn't hit the same.
what y'all know about Fusion Fall?
I don't know about that one.
Wow. So Fusion Fall was a Cartoon Network MMO.
Wow. That's awesome.
Dude. So it was all also you could play it completely on browser.
There was a Kung Fu Panda MMO that you could play on browser.
What?
Yes, I played it. It
that's
was
crazy.
awesome. I don't
That-
remember what it
that
was
sounds
called.
awesome.
It was awesome. I
Dude.
miss it. It had awesome music.
So Fusion Fall was a browser MMO where you make a character, you go, and it's the entire Cartoon Network like multiverse.
was
all in
Mordecai and
one.
Rigby there?
It was before that.
Oh, wow.
So it was like there was like this slime alien like invasion that you were having to repel as like a collective, and you would go visit like Ben 10, and then you'd go visit
Okay.
like the kids next door, and then it was like Samurai Jack, and like dude, it was so cool. It was so cool. So and they shut it down after a while, but I put hours into Fusion Fall. That was a good title.
That sounds gas.
It was. I wish
I
I
think
could
the
play
first MMO I actually ever
it. I
played.
think that was the first one I ever played. Actually, yep, that was the first one I ever
There
played.
was one. It wasn't Wizard 101.
I was trying to make friends on there, and like I couldn't because like they probably had rightfully so, systems like in place for interaction between players because it was for kids.
Yeah.
So like, but I was like, oh, I want to make friends though. Like I couldn't. I was like, oh. Like,
It wasn't Wizard 101, but it was some Wizard 101 adjacent.
Toontown.
No, it was some sort of like odd fantasy thing I played on like my mom's work laptop.
Wait. I don't know if anyone.
I was like 7. I had no idea what I was doing.
I don't know how broad our listening base is, but I played a game that was really niche growing
My
up.
brother and sister probably remember.
And it was called U.B. U.B.Funkeys. Funkeys.
Fun keys.
Fun keys. And they were like these little what do we call it? Mascots.
Mm.
It was almost like a Bang Boo from ZZZ, where
Bang
it was like there was like a template where it's this thing is this shape, but there is like 50 variations of it. It was kind of like a Bang Boo type thing where it's like you could buy it at like Walmart, and then you would have it and you could plug it into like the thing at your computer and you could play as that one.
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was
Bring that back.
I was so into that. I want to get them. I want to buy them still before the prices start skyrocketing.
Yeah.
And they already kind of
Dude, that just unlocked a crazy memory.
Dude, wait.
That just unlocked
Wait, I need
a
to look up a
wild
picture.
memory.
I need
What
to
do you
look up a
think about
picture.
that, Nathaniel?
Thanks. Wait, UB Funky.
Yeah, UB Funkies.
You be funkies.
Dude, these things.
Yes.
Okay, I've seen those. I've seen those.
Aren't those crazy?
I've seen those. Those were
Dude.
before my time.
Yeah, you would tell me these little packets.
Yes.
Like,
and you'd
dude,
plug them into the computer and they'd pop up.
That was
Yeah.
the coolest thing ever to me. Cause like my neighbors had webcams.
Oh, were they? Were they USBs? Or?
Yeah, USB. That's why it's
Yeah.
called UB. Like they're USB.
Okay.
So like,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
oh, they were so
Those
Dude,
were before my time.
Dude, bring back action figure collectibles into video games.
I think that's what like
Cosmetics.
what's
True.
what's like the Wii like things you could put them on.
Nunchucks?
No, I'm sorry. I said Wii. I meant Switch. The little like, you know, if you want the villager in Animal Crossing, you like
Oh,
buy
amiibos?
Amiibos.
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 That was before the Switch.
Yeah, but I think Amiibos were trying to go for that.
Okay, crazy business idea for Fortnite. When you
Alright.
want to change your skin, you have to put the skin onto the thing and it scans what it is and you can change your skin in real time.
I'm surprised they haven't done that.
Yeah. And then instead of buying virtual skins, you pay an extra 50%.
Yeah,
For
to get an
the
extra
real
$1.
dollars.
Yeah,
but,
and then you
but
can
you get a physical product.
You get a physical product.
and then you get contracts with retailers. You would make a lot of money.
You'd make so much money,
You would
and
make
then you could,
so much
and then
money.
the trading market would go crazy.
little
You could
segue
sell
into Epic Games
to other people. You know, everyone would be like, "Oh, I really want this skin."
That's true.
My
I'm
CVS
from
would
my
be
account.
You could
perpetually
have like
out
a
of
rarity,
stock.
a rarity.
Yeah. The rarity of
thing going
skins
on.
being physical collectibles.
It's true.
Dude, bring back physical
That's what I'm
collectibles.
saying.
Nobody cares about it
Well,
anymore.
It's true. Except the only thing that's still remaining is like Pokemon cards.
And though you can't even buy those, like
nope.
Yeah.
Another thing my CVS is perpetually out of.
yes. Can you like start like hiding some when like the shipments come in, please?
Yeah, dude.
That's yeah, people will. I remember. Do you guys know what these are? There will be people. There will be like 10-year-old kids who will call the store, and I pick up and I'm like, hello, and they're like, do you have any Nidos?
Yeah.
And I was like,
What?
do I
a
have
Nito.
I was like, do I have any what?
Nito, they're like little squishy cubes.
I know now.
Wait.
But I
Yeah.
was like, do I have any what?
Wait, I don't know what those
They were
are.
like, do you have any Nidos? I had to like go find what it was, and it's
Wait.
like the latest little kid craze.
It's a
It's just
stim-
like
it's a
these little
stim toy.
squishy
Oh.
stress ball toy things. But like
fine.
those, I will have a kid come up to me every 5 minutes at work and be like, "Do you have any?" And I'm like, "No, we don't."
See, I don't have a stim toy, but at a certain point, you get old enough where you can just like cuss out your friends on Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's my stim.
That's my
Like,
stim.
I'm like, dude, you suck.
Instagram-
Like, that's
yeah.
my stim.
Your
Rewatching
guys'
Instagram reels over and over again and like saying what they say is my stim.
Yeah, I can watch Instagram reels and be like, oh, it's something.
Your guys' autism is weak. We have weaponized autism.
Yeah, what's
and
that?
That's
we
true.
we fight each other online.
That's true. Like,
That's true.
I think the last like really prevalent one was like, what kind of blank is this?
Yeah, I say that a
Like,
lot.
that was the last like really truly.
What kind of pig is this?
That was the last truly weaponized one. We kind of have yet to reach that peak again. That was really really good.
Wilson, lo siento, Wilson. It's like the chicken. It's like floating away, like the hurricane. It's like Wilson, lo siento, Wilson.
Wait, I haven't seen that one. This is bad.
That's okay. Jessica
Oh.
probably
Lo
knows.
siento,
This is bad.
Wilson. This is peak content.
Oh
no.
Wait, we need to turn. Okay.
This is bad
So
podcasting.
for those that are audio only, we need to turn our background, our Subway Surfers background.
Yeah, we're like bugs. If we don't have like some sort of big light fixture to look at, we get like really we bug out.
Yeah,
we bug
it's
out.
really bad, and I don't really know what. Okay.
Dude, we need someone on reel duty, scrolling reels on the big screen.
Yeah, when we talk, can we just?
Can we have someone
done that.
scrolling reels?
So remember a long time ago, there was like something I was gonna say before. You're like, was that the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still don't know what it was. So we're gonna.
No. You said what it was.
Huh?
It was the fact that you were playing on PC and he was playing on
No,
console.
yeah. But before that, there was something I was gonna say.
Even before that, there was a bigger elephant in the room.
No, it was just like going
There's
off. Of
an
what,
even
no,
bigger elephant.
it wasn't the elephant. It was just going off of like the topic at hand.
Yeah,
And-
you were starting another topic, and then I think Jason interrupted.
and
you.
I completely because I also forgot what I was gonna say.
Interrupting
Yeah.
cow.
No, that was good. Like I forgot what I was gonna say.
No, these burritos
But
are
not-
messing us up tonight, dude.
we had a really good. Break.
Kind
We're
of-
all
we're-
sleepy.
we're
Nathaniel's
kind of out of
stuck in
our-
the bathroom for the next 30 hours.
I mean, we're kind of off our game to be honest because we haven't potted in a minute.
yeah.
No.
We've been real busy bees.
It's been like 4 weeks.
We've been
That's
busy
fine.
bees to be honest.
So you know what? Real quick, we're gonna have a intermission. What else we've also been doing
Oh yeah.
recently? So
I checked out Winrose a little bit. Which
Yes.
is
that's a hot
essentially
topic.
please,
it's a
please tell us about that.
survival. It's another survival game. It's like Valheim.
Yeah, me and Connor,
Yeah.
we were just
we
talking
watched-
about that,
Yeah, we were talking
and we
about
were
that.
Yeah.
curious. And then you're like, "Oh, I played it. Please tell us," because I was curious about potentially getting it myself.
Yeah, I played
also
the,
thought
I played
about
the
it.
beta, so I haven't purchased it yet to play because I think it's out now.
Yeah, I think it is out now.
The
I think
beta-
it came out as of like 3 days ago. It's out.
Yeah, the beta was free, so I played that one. I will always play a free game. Yeah, we got Destruction Chud.
Yeah, Destruction Chud.
March 7th.
But I mean, I would say that it's most similarly close to like Valheim.
Okay, that's interesting because I was like looking at it. So I didn't know about the game. I just saw like there's a new pirate game out and it's popular.
Yeah.
And I looked at the screenshots and I was like, oh, this I like looking at the art style. I was like, Assassin's Creed. I was like, this looks like Rust or something. Like this looks like a survival game.
Yeah.
I think Valheim is a lot more appropriate though.
Yeah, I think Valheim is probably the closest thing that you can relate it to. So like if you're into that, it's definitely a game for you. And then but they have made it, they've added a lot of quality of life pieces that Valheim didn't have, which I think is, oh shit. Move the microphone.
Brother.
Okay, well, how did that happen?
You poured that so fast.
All right,
Why
keep
did you do
keep
that? This is bad podcasting.
Dude, this podcast is going downhill. This is going downhill.
Is this the end of the Skill Issue podcast? Please tell me more about Pirate Game 3.
Yeah, I guess I feel like it's the game. It's what Skull and Bones should have been.
Yeah, Skull and Bones. You hear that, Connor? What happened to that?
I'm pretty sure it's gone now.
I think think the servers are offline.
Yet another
Yeah.
complete Ubi failure.
So, but I think it was essentially
Nathaniel's gonna come back any second now and see this. Hey Nathaniel, come back as soon as you can. This is crazy, isn't that right? Isn't that right, Connor?
yeah, Connor. What do you think about that?
Isn't that right, Nathaniel?
So, but I feel like it's what Skull and Bones should have been so far.
I concur.
The
I
one
think that at
thing-
least should have been something.
Yeah, the one thing that I find a little strange
so
about
much.
the game is like one of the things I find strange about it is I kind of expected the game to be more online focused.
Yeah,
really-
I thought it was too.
No, it's like it's a single story player game. So like you're kind of just like but you can also play with your friends. Like you
Nothing.
can like host a game. It's the same thing as Valheim.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will say this though that they did take a lot of design direction.
No.
They did take a lot of design direction though.
It turned off, so I had to turn it back on. And I just went to like one of the first photos.
Okay, Nathaniel's back
What?
for our audio listeners.
Sorry.
Please.
Continue.
No, I was talking
No.
about Windrose.
Windrose is the pirate
It's Pirate
game
Valheim.
that we're talking about, the new pirate,
Pirate
game.
Valheim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the sailing is awesome.
Really?
It feels
Really?
good. When as soon as you get on the boat, they start playing.
Well,
sea
tell me.
shanties.
That's
Have you
tough.
played Sea of Thieves?
Yes, it's better.
Really?
Mm.
The sailing or the game?
The feeling of sailing feels better. In
Which one?
inside of Windrose.
Windrose
Oh, okay.
as opposed to Sea of Thieves.
Interesting.
personally,
Yeah.
I like
And,
to
like,
hear that.
and it's
That's cool.
but it's also designed so that you can play the game single player. So
I like that too.
So like you can fire the cannons while you're steering the
Because
ship.
well,
If I was asked to
my
play-
biggest gripe of Sea of Thieves was like, I would never play it single.
yeah,
player.
I was about to say if I was
Same.
asked to play Sea of Thieves single player, I would rather like
just
delete.
stare
I would
at
rather
my
watch
phone.
paint dry
Yeah.
than I think that would be more entertaining than playing Sea of Thieves
It's
single
very
player.
unintuitive and not good for single
not
player
good.
experience. It's like you only get one ship option that you can use at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
no,
you even
it's
get to
not a
that
blast.
point, like
Yeah, there's like a considerable amount of grinding you have to do
Right.
before you can even do
It's
anything. in Sea of Thieves.
yeah.
And last summer we did it.
2
So-
summers ago.
Was that really that long
It was
ago?
2 summers ago.
That's crazy. Well, okay, so
I think when I played with you guys just put me in jail.
Are we chopped in unk?
sounds about right.
We are chopped in.
So
I was just in
this,
jail
this
for
summer
so
when we
long.
play it again, and we'll probably talk about it.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Is Sea of Thieves
we'll
still
have,
relevant?
We'll have started. We'll have like completed like the first 20 hours of like onboarding,
yeah.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Okay, where did I miss? Where did we stop talking about Crimson Desert?
Pretty
'Cause
much
I got
immediately.
some thoughts.
Pretty much
Okay.
immediately.
Well,
we stopped
okay.
talking. Because we forgot what we were saying. We were talking about.
I wanted to. I was asking.
Sorry, I got
you-
IBS.
This is the worst podcast of all time.
No, this is good. This is good.
we're- I think it is apparent that we're rusty.
Nothing
but
else
that's
happened.
That's okay. Nothing happened.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing else happened.
Nothing ever happens except me having IBS.
Yeah, nothing
While you were
wa-
gone, nothing
Yeah.
happened.
Nothing
Yeah.
was spilled and no f bombs were dropped.
Oh, that's good. Okay, we got that part covered.
Uh,
How about real quick? I just so we can go on to more interesting stuff after this. I want to run through a couple things I had written down for Crimson Desert, just like rapid fire stuff. You guys good with that? Okay,
Yes.
these are my rapid fire negatives, cons. One
Okay.
might say.
Yes. One might say.
these are my Connors.
And I don't think almost any of these have actually been fixed yet. These are things that I do think are still negatives for me.
Because they're small and flying under the radar.
The iron's still hot.
We'll talk about that in a second. Let me run through
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Number one, weight limitations. I think that this game is made worse for the fact that you can only wait 3 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours. And after you wait one of those periods of time, you have to wait a equal amount of time before you can wait that amount of time again. Horrible. It's really bad.
So-
now I will say though, at the beginning of the game, it felt worse. By now, I don't mind it as much.
You have enough to do now.
It still sucks. I have enough now, but it still sucks.
In thinking about the last time we talked into now,
yeah,
the one like caveat I gave was like, well, you have your in-game like Genshin type commission system where it's like, those take real time to complete.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, dude, just have them be separate.
Yeah.
Just have them be separate.
Yeah.
Just have like the commissions take real time and everything else in the game
takes in-game time.
In-game time.
I think that might be a better solution.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care. Like I would not. Oh, I know my immersion.
Yeah.
I don't care.
My next thing, and this pairs with this, the camp upgrade system, really bad. I'm actually going to compare this to Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
When I did my review for Death Stranding 2, my biggest issue with that was resource management and the game's stinginess with giving you out certain resources. Mm-hmm. This game is the same way, and I get what they're going for. I understand that what they're trying to do is they're trying to force the player to use in-game systems like the dispatch mechanic where you dispatch your characters, like the trading mechanic, like picking up random things in the world and then selling them in there. However, it's too much. I like being forced to use systems in the game to understand them better, but it gets to a point.
Yeah, like
and this game got to that point.
It gets
5
to
hours
a point.
It does. Not good. I think they could fix that. Next, lack of communication. Dude, yeah.
Dude,
I knew I liked you.
Lack of communication between quests and quest line connections. What I mean by that, there's a lot of quests. What this? It just makes sense.
no, just listen. I just said hawk to him.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Similar to other.
Is this the end of the Skill Issue podcast?
Yeah, we're writing our own deed to like finishing this thing. Anyway,
this is
so
the end.
My legacy deteriorating one line at a time.
One bad joke at a time.
Let's go. Let's
So
talk about these quests.
With the quests, there's a quest tracking system, and there's
sus?
also quests that it's a little sus, and there's also quests that are like sub quests or side quests or whatever, and just the connect, like knowing whether or not the quest that you're involved in that you're doing is a main quest or a side quest, and then knowing whether it's a faction quest or a camp quest or any of these things, not communicated well enough.
Is that relative to the UI?
Even so, right now where I am at, for you, this would have been 100 hours ago. This is when I'm doing I want to do the camp quest. I want to advance the camp quest.
Yeah.
And it's like rescue Greymanes across the continent.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a bit vague.
Where?
What do I do?
Okay. When and where? Yeah.
So I'm guessing what you did was you looked up, how do I rescue Greymanes?
I would dig. So my start to finish progress would be I started looking in the menu system, trying to figure out where do I need to go.
I've
what do I
also
need to
done
do.
that.
Probably got lost along the way.
Nothing was
because
there.
there's like layers upon layers upon layers of
Well,
menus.
no, it was like
and then started looking. I don't like to look things up in online.
Yeah.
unless I have to.
Right.
And this is an area where I
This
could
is
compare it to Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Or Souls games. And
Yeah.
we talked about this before. Let me get through this thought real quick.
Yes.
We talked about this before where it's a benefit and a negative at the same time, in that I think that this game is also very comparable to Elden Ring or Souls-likes in general. It is comparable to Elden Ring in a positive way, in that it does have complicated bosses that have movesets that you can get around, and that it may take you multiple tries to understand and to beat without having to use revives. It's a negative in its quest tracking.
Yes.
It is similar in its quest tracking, in that a lot of things are vague. A lot of things will not make sense and will not give you the context clues on screen. They fix some, but not all.
Some.
And that if you want to try to progress certain things, you may have to look it up online to get there.
Yes.
And here's where I'm mixed on that. I think it's negative no matter what to have your player rely on online engagement to figure out something that is in a game. However, people give a pass to Elden Ring and Souls-like games for that all the time. People always are like, "Oh, well, that's just part of the FromSoft formula."
I think it's exciting.
It sucks.
Like, I can't wait to see what people post online. Like,
it's like, okay.
The thing is, I agree.
I was about to say, you do that. You can't say
And that's the
anything.
thing. I agree. I love it. Like, I'm gonna
But let's be
I'm gonna play
consistent.
Elden Ring, but it's like, oh, like I can't wait. Like people are gonna post like, did you see this weapon? Like,
FromSoft's
no, I didn't know about that weapon.
FromSoft's strongest soldier here.
Literally, like, oh, I didn't know about that weapon. Let me go find it out. Like, but the thing is, with Crimson Desert, for me, it's also exciting for me. But that's not to. It is a fault. It is a product. It is a.
It's a fault in both ends, but
Well, it's what Nathaniel said. It's a pro
it's
and
a
it's a con.
happy, like the community made something good out of it.
yes, but that doesn't
When
mean that it should have been there in the
inherently-
first place.
yes.
I think that if we're going to critique
Yes.
one, we have to critique the other. We
I
have
would
to be
just
consistent.
argue though that Elden Ring is not necessarily about the story. The story
Right.
is important,
but people, okay,
But I would
that's
say-
true. That's true.
So-
but people will also still give that game a perfect score, despite the fact that a short
Right.
story is a
They will still
shortcoming.
sing the story's
And-
praises too.
And yes, and those
I
are good
think-
points. Well, hold on,
Yeah, yeah,
I
you're
gotta.
good.
I will forget
You're
this
good.
if I don't get through this.
You're good.
If this is another thing that I compared Crimson Desert to Elden Ring in, so I'm in a flow state and I have to get through this
Go.
because my memory is
my
like
point's more important than yours.
No. My memory is like it is stick.
Nathaniel's
it
in
is tiny.
flow
It's fine.
state. You gotta let him
With-
go.
With Elden Ring and with Crimson Desert,
Mm-hmm.
we have the comparison that we already mentioned, but we also have the comparison in the story, and that people have been harping on Crimson Desert's story for being hard to understand or being minimum and not that good. Yet people will give Elden Ring a 10 and they'll give a perfect score, even though Elden Ring is worse in the story comprehension. I'm not saying the story is better overall. I'm just saying the comprehension of the story as a normal player that is not looking things up is worse in Elden Ring than it is in Crimson Desert.
Yes.
Crimson Desert's story may be okay. It may not be groundbreaking like Witcher 3 or like Red Dead 2,
Or even
but
Elden
it
Ring.
is still more comprehensive.
And it's
Yes.
definitively
In a
more
moment-
overt.
It is. In a moment-to-moment gameplay, it is more understandable and it's better than Elden Ring's.
Yes.
Crucify me if you need to, but it is better in a just standard way that of a method of storytelling
Yes.
than Elden Ring's. Yet people still will say they will raise that as a reason to put Crimson Desert lower and to put Elden Ring higher. When at the same like if we are raising complaints and if we are making comparisons, we have to be consistent.
Yes.
If you're going to raise a complaint about this, raise a complaint against that as well. We can't be saying, oh, well, Elden Ring gets a pass because it's FromSoft, but oh, Crimson Desert, no, I don't like how they did their story. Find a place to stand.
I agree.
If this is a hill you're gonna die on, then die on. it.
Listen, Elden Ring could be like my Roman Empire. I could spend an entire episode talking about Elden Ring and all of the intricacies.
Yeah,
When you're playing the game, the story sucks. Like you don't.
it's
know what's
horrible.
Going on. No, you don't.
Moment to moment gameplay, it's
No,
bad.
You don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
You're kind of
like-
just doing stuff to do stuff.
Yeah.
You are doing stuff to get from boss fight to boss fight,
no,
from
it
area
sucks.
to area.
It sucks. Like I have watched now several people play the game for the first time in 2026.
Yeah.
And they do not know what it all is going on.
Yeah.
And it's like you see the cacophony of like people that are like say okay so say someone's
great
like-
word, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. So say someone is like live streaming them playing the game for the first time. They're playing it for the first time. They have no idea what's going on. They're like, what is a tarnished? What is the lands between? Why is there a big tree? And then people are like commenting like, oh, well, this, and that. And they're like,
Where was that in the
what?
game?
Like, what item description did you
What
get
are you
that from?
talking about? They're like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like, oh, well, this is this. They're like, what? Like,
What?
Like you shouldn't have to watch a Vadi video, like Vadi video, and read an item description to understand what's
Well,
going on.
and I'll
Right.
also say this.
but also you have to watch the video to understand. Like, you won't know until
Yeah.
the end of the game. Like,
yeah.
and
Try
I'll say
fingers.
this to Crimson Desert's credit.
what's the three fingers?
Is-
Go. Gun to your head.
Some people will be like,
Pull the trigger.
yeah. Some people will say, oh well, Elden Ring can kind of get a pass because it's an addition on an IP. Well,
Right.
so is Crimson Desert.
It is, and I think the Crimson Desert does a lot of good things with its story. Let me
Yes.
let me go ahead and raise another thing where it's a pro and a con with the story, because I feel like we're on this story conversation. Right now.
Yeah.
Here's a conversation that me and Connor and a coworker of mine had about the story and about the relation with like people in the game. So This is one where I'm actually going to compare it to specifically Witcher 3, because I feel
Okay.
like this is an important one to make. Within The Witcher 3, a little bit of context, you have different races. You have humans, you have elves, you have dwarves, and you have some other like monsters and some that are like debatable whether or not they're like sentient or not. The point is, you have this world where you have different races that are clearly different from one another, and that difference,
Different species.
different species, and that difference has led to conflict, strife, political tension, different things like that.
Realistic things in the world where it's like this would happen
Where you don't, they don't blatantly
in a society.
Yeah.
like-
yeah,
Nathaniel.
They don't blatantly exposit to you. Oh well, dwarf bad because dwarf short.
Yeah,
and elf
like,
good because
oh.
elf pointy ear.
Elf smart, dwarf dumb,
They go through the specifics of why this people group has gone through this thing and why that's different from this one. Elden Ring, sorry, not Elden Ring, Crimson Desert.
Even Elden Ring did that.
Even Elden Ring
They
does that.
did do that.
Here is a negative where I think it is a very fair criticism for Crimson Desert story, is that you have humans, dwarves, elf-ish, sort
Goblins.
of. Yeah, you have goblins. You have trolls. I did find out that they're actually called trolls because I had an in-game conversation.
guys?
The big guys.
Okay,
They're actually
okay.
trolls because I had a big guy say an offhand remark about, oh, us trolls. Couldn't find it anywhere.
I wouldn't
anywhere
have
else.
guessed.
You would never have known. Anyway, you have at least 4 or 5 sentient races.
Six, maybe
They
even
are
6 or 7.
all outside of the troll race being taller than the rest. There is no discernible difference in treatment on any of them. And I think that in a world where you are not in a modern world, you are in a like fantasy medieval-ish at best Renaissance level of sophistication world.
And that's proven because you have, even in the world of Crimson Desert, cities that are either generations behind or ahead of each other.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
yes.
in
All
terms
right,
of where
where's my fantasy racism?
Well, no, but
it's not even
but that is a very fair point, because the thing is, part of Witcher 3's main conflict and strife
I mean, it's
is
true.
the fact that there
It's
are
true.
racial tensions
Well,
between
yeah.
these races,
Well, yeah,
and that's
it's
important.
It's like
You have
species.
you
yeah.
have the goblins, you have the trolls, you have the elves, you have the dwarves, and then you have the normal people. You know,
and the good people.
normal-
and then you have
people.
the good ones.
And you have the good guys.
The good
yeah.
guys.
It's which is, here's the thing though, funny as that may be, poignant as that may be, it's also really like an important thing to bring in. If you're going to have a world where there's different races, you can't just have them all interact cohesively
And let's be
in
clear,
harmony.
this is not unfounded.
It's not. It's not.
This is a thing established in many a fantasy world.
Every fantasy world, if you do not have like difference of opinion, if you are in a
Like,
normal
the
D&D
dwarves
session,
Hate the elves. Like,
yeah, it's like it like Lord of the Rings, like Narnia, if you will, like any fantasy setting where there are different races, it is fundamental that even if these races get along, they have different opinions on
Yes,
one
there's
another.
a history.
And you can't say a dwarf
somewhere.
that a dwarf treats a troll the same way they treat a human.
Connor
So-
made a great point when he talked about, and I mean, this is just a fundamental in any civilization, in any
Yeah.
aspect,
Yeah.
is the fact that when you have 2 different levels of development, there will be inequality and there will
yeah.
be strife inevitably.
But
Yeah.
the way it feels in Crimson Desert is that everyone started at the same time.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it feels like Civ, where it's like everyone started at boom,
At turn 1.
Yeah.
boom, turn 1, everyone started, boom, go. Like,
Yeah.
and they all got along. Like,
That's
yeah,
odd.
and then everyone claps. It does kind of feel like that a little bit. And I would say, even though I am more of a defender of Crimson Desert story,
We
because
got our
I do think that
multicultural fantasy world here.
right, yeah. It's like even though everybody is very attractive. That's one thing I'll give it. Is that, unlike Warframe, where everybody is as hideous
Ugly.
as butt ugly and as hideous as they come,
except for like 2.
yeah, except for like a handful.
And they're
It's like
awesome.
like well, you can count on one hand the amount of people that are not like offensive to look at.
Probably.
In this world,
Probably.
like it is almost annoying that you don't get romance options, because every side character that you interact with, you're like, whoa.
I saw a tweet. I actually saw a tweet that was it was like
Yeah.
like a Japanese gem translated tweets.
Yes,
And it was one where it said like Miss Crimson Desert, and it was like 4 NPCs in the game, and it was
Yeah.
it was like a Miss Universe like, voting thing.
Miss Hernan.
It was so funny. It was like
Yeah.
different NPCs around the game.
Oh,
It was so funny.
So that's I don't have anything else out of the conversation. I do want to get through my other cons. My next big one, and this is kind of like this covers several points. Cliff in general. This is one where, okay, in our original one where we talked about this, I actually had more complaints than I do now. After having played and interacted with him and other characters, the amount of time I have a different opinion now. My original complaint was that Cliff did not he lacked emotion or reaction or anything. He was very just cardboard box, like just standing there, like player shoe in, kind of like, oh, I can relate to this guy. Like, he's literally
just
me,
like
kind
a
of thing.
camera.
Yeah.
It's like the Ryan Gosling kind of.
Yeah, or him like responding to anybody in conversation.
It was like the what's the Genshin main character? Like it was you're just a camera to experience the story.
Yeah. What I've come to realize over time is that Cliff, we kind of talked about this before.
We did.
He may be on it.
And I mean this.
He may be
And I mean this in the most genuine way.
From people that have experience.
I'll let you say it. Yeah.
People who are on it. From people who are on it, he might be on it.
He might be on the spectrum.
And I think.
And that's not even like a comedic, like, oh.
No, we're not trying to be derivative and we're not trying to be derogatory.
No.
I mean genuinely from his social interactives, having played with him for 120 hours, seen his interactions from normal NPCs to his friends and to other people he interacts with.
Genuinely.
I have now found that in normal conversations where he has interacted with a random person will come up and be like, oh, you're a great man, like, let me do all this. And he just kind of stares, he's like, all right,
he's
what?
like,
okay. But I said big asterisk earlier. I'm saying huge asterisk here. When he is talking with people that he really likes and cares about, he will exposit full sentences.
Oh yeah,
he will actually talk a lot. Unka, his best friend,
his homie.
orc guy, his homie. When he talked, like there was a quest where like literally all the quest was like, hey, let's talk about what just happened and fish while we're doing it. I have never heard him yap so much.
That's cool.
Like Cliff yapped in that conversation. He was like straight up just talking about like it was a whole remember when conversation he was having with him. He was talking with Unka. They were going over things that happened. They were talking about what was to come. They were cutting it up and everything. And I'm like,
cool.
Who is this guy?
And
then he goes back and talks to another random person and he's like, all right, what?
Yeah.
But then he talks to Unka again. Then he talks to Damien, like other people that he really cares about, and he'll talk and he'll have like actual conversation.
That's
I'm
pretty,
like, he isn't. Maybe this, again, could be copium of me trying to explain away bad writing. Maybe. But how I'm choosing to read this as someone that wants to enjoy this game, even if it may not be perfect, I'm choosing to try to enjoy this game. I'm reading this as someone who has social anxiety, but a good heart. He has a good heart and that he will try to help people out, but he will not talk to you while doing it.
Yeah, if he gets put on the spot.
Yes. If he's put on the spot, he's going to shut down. He's going nonverbal.
He's like...
But if he's talking to a homie, he's gonna cut up. Yeah. He's gonna really talk to him. He's gonna have those good like remember when deep conversations that are gonna get you thinking about like 20 years ago when things were good, when Destiny 1 came out. Like he's gonna have like a good conversation.
Remember when?
Yeah,
it's so interesting because like again, going back to like how hard this game is to review.
It's tough.
If you have a character like that with a personality like that, you spend a certain amount of hours. It's like, oh, this guy, like he's
uninteresting.
Deep. Then like, no, you play longer. You see how he interacts.
To him.
It's kind of charming. Like
it is.
It's charming.
It's like I have grown to be like, this is an endearing character. Like Geralt, I feel like is the best connection point. If you're gonna compare Cliff to another like main character, you could say Arthur. I don't think Arthur's a good from Red Dead 2. I don't think he's a good one. I think Geralt is the best one.
I don't see Arthur.
Geralt is goofy. Geralt has a sense of humor. Cliff doesn't have a sense of humor. Cliff is dry and he has fun with his friends, but he's not funny and he knows that. So he's not going to try to crack jokes. But Geralt is funny and he would say stuff. He'd be snide and everything.
It's
like
somewhere in between like Geralt and like Baldur's Gate, where it's like you have to like you almost like choose like
a little bit.
Like
there are, to be clear,
you're dry from the beginning, but it's like you can kind of like make a character out of him. Like
you can, and again, it's a little bit of copium at that point because and I've been trying to come to grips with that. Is like, am I explaining away bad writing, or am I filling in the blanks that the writers wanted me to fill in?
And
I don't know.
It's somewhere in between.
I don't know. Yeah,
because we can give evidence to this in the fact that Cliff's voice actor said on record.
On record.
Yes, that like anything that has to do with Cliff in the story, he was a direct advocate towards like, we have to say this.
It's like no, it's like this isn't realistic enough. This isn't character driven enough. Let me help you write as someone who's voicing this character. Let me help you write him in a way that feels more human.
The original blueprint for the main character of Crimson Desert, Cliff, was to be MMO. You're just nothing, blank slate. Just experience the story and you watch it happen.
Yeah.
That was going to be the original idea.
Yeah.
Apparently somewhere down the line, Cliff's voice actor was like, no, like I want to have a personality. And so that started to develop and started to come out, but it's not a fully realized thing, which is kind of where it lands in this middle zone. So it really is kind of hard to pinpoint what's going on. And it's almost a miracle that it ends up connecting to some people given those circumstances, but it does.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
It is. Let me go and just so I don't like ramble too much with this. I'm going to rapid fire a few more cons I have that may or may not still be relevant. One of them was progressible relationships, friendships, or romances. Like some games will let you progress a relationship to a certain level by talking to them enough.
But we can't romance.
We can't romance, and I think that is a very valid
You
critique.
can't crack as fast as Expedition 33.
Yeah, you can't crack as fast as Lae'zel.
You can't go from
You're cracking Lae'zel speedruns.
you
Like a minute
are directly
20.
responsible
percentage.
for my best friend's death to we should sleep
All
together.
right, all right. Yeah, I would
Within 6 hours.
within like less than a quarter of a day.
This game. This game sucks.
Best game
this
ever.
game sucks.
Anyway, at first I said I had a negative as lack of progressible relationships. I think that over time, I see what they're going for. It is not as much of an RPG as other games are RPGs. This is more of a action combat, like open world exploration game. You have relationships that will get better as you progress the story. It's like that. That's what. I think that's where I'm going to cut it off at. It's fine.
It's an action adventure game.
It is not an RPG. It is an action adventure game. Particle effects, still don't love particle effects. I think that if you're going to add particle effects that are like different colors for different like elements and everything, explain the elements better. Just without going into more depth, I don't think the elements are explored in an interesting or in-depth enough way to justify having the level of particle effects.
How many do you have? All of them?
No, 3.
That's crazy.
That's out of 5 or 6.
That's crazy.
Still, it was a lot to get there. Next one. Lack of a barber in an open world. Again, I complained about this earlier. It takes you 6 to 10-ish hours of just straight grinding to get the barber in your camp. You can't change anything about your physical appearance until you get that barber in your camp. There's no barber in the open world. That still sucks.
That's lenient.
It will always suck.
That's lenient.
Yeah. I it could be even worse. But that's me like looking up online guides. I'm not saying like anyway. Yeah.
I'm about I'm like 30 hours something in.
But have you been mainly focusing? Because my point was 6 to 10 hours of just focusing, like just the quest line to get that.
Right. No. So I'm at the point where like I have to look up stuff online. I have to because this was what this. This is what I was gonna say before we like cut off earlier.
Yeah.
Was that it was kind of I've kind of gotten to the point in the game where it's giving me the like. I'm trying to compare it to another game where it's like it's a soft lock. It's not a hard lock. It's a soft lock. Like you can unlock these systems, but you have to do this. But in order to realistically do that, you have to complete the main story and do more and more of this, and then you'll do it. But like, no, I want it now.
Yeah,
I want it now.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so I'll go and I'll see like I have to rescue Greymanes from camps. I'll go to this camp. Can't liberate it.
Yeah,
because
there are more side quests
it's
involved
story
before you get
locked
that
because it's not actually under siege. I can't liberate it because they're still chilling. But
until this story progresses.
No, yeah, it's I haven't walked up to the plateau where the Reed Devil is.
Yeah.
And so the Reed Devil
isn't there yet.
Minions aren't occupying the place yet.
Yeah.
So I cannot tell if there is anyone there to liberate or not.
Now, in general, I like that the world is dynamic in that way.
Very dynamic.
However, as it relates to progression, I know. But as it relates to progression and unlocking things, it's a negative because there are certain things that are locked behind that that should be there from the beginning of the game that aren't there.
Yeah.
But As far as world building goes, that's cool.
It is.
I like that. Like
this is why it's hard.
Do you think that it would be good though if they put like a thing that was like you can't do this?
Yes,
yet?
some kind of communication to the player.
Just like
yes,
you,
honestly,
like
yes.
you
shouldn't
must
have
go
to
here.
walk
Okay,
over
it
there and
does-
see
okay,
that you
so,
can't do
for
it
example,
for yourself.
it does say when I hover over this part in the map, it says it has. Okay, so if somewhere is like occupied by bandits, the map marker will be red,
Yeah.
and on my map it is red, and it says occupying force Reed Devil. I go there. Everyone's just hanging out.
Yeah.
They're having a good time. There's no occupying force. And I know in my like quest book, my main quest is to confront the Reed Devil. And I'm like, okay. I would expect that right now this would be like the height of his occupying force because I haven't killed him yet, which I'm assuming is going to happen after I fight him. No one's here. I'm like, okay. So I know, I want to fight the Reed Devil. I want to like, I want to do this main quest thing, but like,
Yeah.
I want to kind of get my camp going.
Yeah.
Because because right before I knew who the Reed Devil was, they're like, let's get this camp going.
Yeah.
We just found out like, hey, wait, you're alive? You're alive too? All right, man. Like dap up. Like we're
to
like
camp.
we're making a
The
camp.
boys are back.
Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
making a camp. We're camping out. The main quest was make a homemade meal for your homies, and so I did it. We grilled. We made a meal.
That's
we had
so up
we
your
cut it up.
alley.
We had a good time, and it's like all right, gotta go, be back, and it's like, but it's like the quest is, hey, you just did that for your homies. There's more out there, but they're being held hostage. You have to rescue them. So it's like, dude, I want to rescue them right now. Like,
Yeah.
let's do it. It's just kind of like, well, in the general area, they're kind of like around there.
Yeah.
Just find them and liberate them, and you'll get the camp going.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of it's vague storytelling, it's vague direction that's given, and I think that's a general complaint too across.
Yeah,
other
that's a
things.
very specific example of like of one of those things.
Yeah, so that part's definitely frustrating too. To the point of like the different gray maids. One of my other things was lack of continuity with accents across the world.
Yeah.
I think, and I know you probably remember I brought that up last time, and I think Jason would find this interesting too, because like, if you're trying to establish different cultures, right, you would normally want to establish different cultures by some kind of marked feature, whether that is whether that's skin tone, whether that's dress, whether that is habits, behavior, whether it is
long
accents.
noses.
It's fantasy world, like
Short
it's
noses,
fantasy
tiny
world building.
hats.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Big
It is.
hats.
Like fantasy world building is kind of like a really common thing. But here's the thing: it's like every city you go to has all the different races. Every city you go to has like the same accent, the same general like northern British accent of people and stuff like that. You rarely have delineation.
They have a Geordie
between-
accent.
Yeah, or that. It's like sometimes they have like American-ish accents, even like a few of them just have like normal like American. Sometimes they have British. It's like there isn't enough delineation between like the way like methods of speaking, even within races. Like there's a little bit like there's a little bit in that there are certain voice actors that only voice act one race versus
I was gonna
another race.
say-
that's it. At that point, that's no better than Oblivion.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's because of anything other than it's just a
voice actors.
different voice actor.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's I don't need to go much more into it than that. That's
It's
the
just
only
a,
bit
it's
of
just a real melting pot world,
And-
you know,
I
and
guess so.
everybody's
and
No, but
everyone is
like
like
I said,
friends. and
yeah, we all live in harmony.
This kind of gets lost in translation because we did record a previous episode that is gone. But like this game is very immersive in some ways where you would almost expect
yes,
there would
yeah.
you would have this in effect, but it's not here. So
And
it's
then you
like,
get a little further, and you're like you were really you're wrapped up in the immersion. Then you get and it kind of like cracks, and you're like, oh
yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
why are you speaking exactly the same way that this person
Yeah.
from all the way across
It's
the
kind
map
of like a
is
wave
speaking?
form of like immersion and like we're doing whatever.
The best way that I've described this game, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
That's I keep coming back to that. And it always remains true because that's
doesn't
what
even-
it always is.
It
It's
doesn't
like-
even matter the context.
It doesn't, but there's so many things that are good about this game, but there's just enough things that are frustrating. Let me wrap up my cons, because I do want to talk about some positives before I wrap this conversation up, because I do have some positives I want to bring up, and the positives are really good positives too that keep the score high as it is. A couple negatives though, real quick. The last couple little ones were the background of the different the groups, whether it's the Greymanes, the Black Bears, the political affiliations, the different cities. That was when I wrote originally. Over time, I don't mind that one as much. I do feel that one has been explained away over time, and I feel like after spending enough time in the game, I get it. I get what they're going for. I would have still liked a little bit more of like a background, like opener story, cutscene, or something like that to give us a little more information.
For sure.
But I'm okay with where we're at right now.
The opening sequence is
mid.
It's not good.
It's mid.
It's not good.
Next one. And this is one where I don't mind as much anymore either. I used to more. It's the technological advancement in the world. You start out with people that are only using bows and swords, and over time you get to people that are using like machines and guns and muskets and stuff like that.
Right.
And it gets to more of like a steampunk kind of aesthetic in certain areas. But at first I was frustrated by that. Over time, I'm like, oh no, this group is more technologically advanced, and their civilization shows it. So you go to certain parts of the map, and they have electricity. It's like rudimentary electricity, but it's electricity nonetheless.
Yeah,
but then you go back a little bit, and somewhere
filament bulbs. Like,
yeah. You go back to another place though that's like less developed, and their structures are markedly less advanced. The way of speaking, the way of them doing agriculture, and then the things they use are markedly less advanced and less interesting. And so at that point, I would say that's a boon to the world building. So that's not a negative anymore. That's like a positive for me. Last couple little things. This is just a really small thing. The interior lighting is still bad. After all these patches, they fixed lighting.
So that's
on
like
console.
that's a lighting engine fundamental game type thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know if it's just a PS5 thing. It feels bad. The interior, outside, phenomenal, beautiful, gorgeous. Interior, it's choppy. It does that kind of artifacting thing where if you're standing at one area, you turn 90 degrees,
super bright,
and you have your lantern and it goes this way. You see like lines of where your light has touched, where it's like lines of like shadow to light. Like anyway, yeah.
I've seen the thing in mine on PC where it's like, I will have like my lantern because I have to do like a quest thing with my lantern.
Yeah,
I have to have my lantern out, and so it's like I'll like shine it, and it's like everywhere else around me is dark.
Yeah,
and then that thing bright is like, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay. Like,
Did they fix the contrast issue on the console?
A little bit, not as much, not enough to where I think you would be impressed by
if
it.
it's not fixed on PC, it's probably not fixed on console. Like,
yeah.
Well, I haven't played since.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You'll have to let us know though if it feels better there. Last negative. This is a negative that I levied against Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, against Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a bad title. And I will stand my ground on that. There's been a little bit of explanation as to why maybe we might be getting that title with where I am in the story when I'm almost done. It's still a bad title.
Yeah.
I think that if any time that you were going to have a title, like, okay, there's two parts of the conversation. One part, we're bringing in the old fans that were fans of Black
That was
Desert.
my like devil's advocate is like, well, we made Black Desert.
This is Crimson Desert.
This is the Crimson Desert.
This is
Black Sand, Red Sand.
It's the desert people.
Sequel,
like, I don't know, like what? Like,
but I don't think that's a good enough explanation, because I think this game had plenty of hype without. I would actually probably die in this hill where I think the majority of the people that are playing this game have never touched Black Desert, and don't even don't even. I would say a good half, if not more than half, don't even know what Black Desert is.
I didn't.
Again, it's like there is enough buy-in from the hype around this game where I think that maybe Crimson Desert could have been a working title as they were trying to get buy-in and people.
You could have called it like Tales of
Pywell or
Pywell.
anything. I also don't love the name Pywell as the continent. I think that is also a weak name for a continent.
Yeah,
I think it doesn't get. I don't think it's good. I also think that people are online constantly confusing it with Pyloon.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's also a bad name. I would say just name it convention-wise. It doesn't work. Not good. Bad. I also don't think the title's good. I think that any name that relies on a specific location or area in the game without very explicit reason,
dude, like,
it's not good.
Like,
it's not good.
So what? If only there was something that related to the map,
the Abyss,
that covered the entire expanse.
Yeah.
Oh, if only there was something.
If only there was like their magic system, their power system, anything.
Oh.
Like even like something that relating to Abyss. Like you can workshop. I'm not a copywriter, but like you can workshop it.
You could have Crimson Abyss. I don't care.
Crimson Abyss would even work, but like even then, Crimson Desert isn't even like the most important area in the game, or arguably the least important. It's just that like it works. It works against the game. I think it's a bad title. I can't be convinced otherwise.
Like between you and I, like I am someone that maybe might be in the minority of players where I have actually played over 10 hours. I don't know how many exactly, but at least 10 in Black Desert Online.
Yeah.
Like I have played
less than that for me.
I have played the original Black Desert Online for like at least a dozen hours. I understand like the connections. I understand the Abyss. I know that was a thing in Black Desert, and that like all this, but like
it's still a bad title.
It's not connected. It's not connected.
Not enough to earn title.
No.
Even if you had Cliff's name in the title, even that would be better. I think
you could have.
I would hate that too, but it'd still be better than
Cliff's Adventures.
You could have. You could have done anything. So
Cliff's Abyss. I don't know. Okay, that's the end of my negatives.
Desert.
Let me rapid fire some positives that I don't need to go into too much depth with, just to round out this conversation.
Like the world was. You had an oyster of like names to call it.
You had the biggest world ever.
You could have called it anything.
It could have been a lot of things, and Crimson Desert. It's a bad title.
Let's
I really like the game. It's a bad title, and I think if you are honest with yourself, you would agree with this.
Yeah.
Rapid fire positives, combat phenomenal, really good. There's so many things that you can do. The fact that the controller scheme is as varied as it is, I think works wonders for it late game, because then you kind of start realizing how many things you can do.
Late game.
It feels really cool. A lot of complaints people constantly have with certain games is how the late game content is, the after this story, after credits roll gameplay. This game has so much for you there. I would say this game has more for you after credits roll than it does before the prologue is done. It does a lot for you in the player.
If you don't understand the controls,
it really might be a skill
issue.
I think I don't love the controls. I would prefer if the controls were mappable.
Yes.
That's still a negative for me. I still think they need to be mappable.
I have faith that will happen on console because
they said it will happen
it's
eventually.
already a thing on PC.
Yeah. I still believe that it would be better if they were mappable.
Yes.
But you do get used to it over time. I hate to say
skill issue.
And I do think it's a skill issue. If that's a point where you're breaking off and you're like, oh, well, I can't make this work. Either it's not for you or it's a skill issue.
Go back to Call of Duty.
Or both.
Like ball and gun game. Yeah. I mean, it could be both. It could be both. Anyway, that's first thing. The combat just feels really good. There's so many like weapons that you can use. The speed at which you can play feels really fun. It feels like unique in that there's so many moves you can do. Only kind of caveat with this is that I don't fully buy Cliff moving at this speed. I think it
goes back to playing with toys
again. That's a nitpick.
Yeah, it's an imaginary hand.
It's like, what if I did a sword move and then I paused time and switched to a great sword and then
did a triple backflip and then duplexed you on the ground
and then did a lariat and then and then I jumped in the end, did a drop kick.
It does feel like you're playing with Legos in a way. Yeah.
And then what if I used my power palm?
And then I did my power.
Knocked you off the cliff.
And then I go off. And then I threw my grappling hook
powers.
at your face.
Then use my powers.
It is like playing with toys, but it's in a video game form, and it is fine. I don't know. It's about how much can you suspend disbelief for this world, because it's like there is a magic system,
and it really pulls you back and forth in that question,
dude. It yanks you back and forth, man. You're like, wait, do I like this or do I not?
Like, is this like pure suspension of disbelief, or is it like
narratively? I don't like it. Functionally playing it. It's a blast.
Or is it like an immersive sim? It goes back and forth all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that thing. Customization is phenomenal. I can't think of another game that has better customization than this. The fact that the amount of things that you can customize, the color and the texture and the refinement of is so custom to the individual item that you are wearing. You will have like a custom amount of things that you can change the color and all those things on, depending on the type of top that you're wearing. Like one top may have fewer elements in it, so there's fewer things to customize. The next top may have an extra belt or an extra sash or an extra piece of metal on it, so then it's an extra couple things that you can customize. It's insane. It's ridiculous. It's so fun.
For those of you that don't know, Nathaniel is very into fashion.
Super into customization.
Well, just like customization in any game in general. Like I think in all of my embarrassing amount of hours in Destiny, I would say at least a third of those were just spent in my menus. Just customizing,
changing,
Easily.
Next couple of things. The world, it just looks phenomenal. The locations feel really cool. They feel distinct. They feel unique. Going from one place to another place feels cool. Seeing things in a distance, the draw distance, that feels really cool. The camera mode, it's still, they even say it's still in beta. Debatable on how I feel about that. At least it's there.
Yeah, photo mode.
Unlike Expedition 33, at least it is there in some format. It's kind of going the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 route, and that it is a beta form of it. It's there, but it's not great and it's not customizable. But it is getting better with every patch, and we're under a month in. It's already better than it was before.
Right.
So I'm liking that already. The fact that it allows me to take pictures, happy with that. The world, beautiful, really cool, feels good to explore. The abilities and the ability tree, good. It's really good. There's so many things that you can see. It makes sense when you read through it, and you can see what you need to do and what next steps are, and like what this leads to this.
Agreed.
That feels good
because it's like, it's not like a game where it's like some of the skill tree is like hidden to you, where it's like you're like, no, you can see every node in the skill tree, but it will say you've never seen anyone do this in your life.
Yeah, you have to observe people
so
doing
you
things
can't
to
do
get
it.
it. It's so cool. That
you
is
have
such
to see someone do it.
That's such a novel concept that I don't think games have taken advantage of before. Where like you literally, if there's a skill in a skill tree, but you haven't observed it in real life yet, no, you can't unlock it. You gotta wait. You'll be mid boss fight, and then a boss will do like a ground slam, and you're just watching him. Time will slow. You'll be watching this, and it'll say like, "Oh, you learned how to do this. Here's the button combo for that." Mid fight, now you know it.
You have a new
skill.
Go
use it against them too.
That's
cool. Such a novel idea.
It's like playing D&D, and then like mid fight, your
level
DM
up
is like, you can now level up, and you're like,
now I have this ability, this ability, this
like
ability.
you're like, all right, like this is so cinematic. Like,
that part's really good. Voice acting, I have not. Yes, the accents are a little inconsistent. But the quality of the voice acting, the emotion displayed, the range, phenomenal. It's so good. I can't think of it. Like, honestly, the last time I experienced a game that had this good, consistent voice acting across the board in terms of like the emotion displayed and the quality of it was Indiana Jones. That was the last time. Like even Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a lot of the side characters were kind of like, Expedition 33, a lot of the side characters that weren't main ones, even some of the main ones. A lot of other games. Ghost of Yotei was a little bit better than Ghost of Tsushima with its side character voice acting, but even then, a lot of them were like, But with this one, man, every side character acts like they are the main character. Like, and I feel like that's the highest compliment I can levy against this is the fact that even like random NPCs you'll experience where like I had a conversation today when I was playing where I liberated a fort earlier where there was like a big boss that I fought. And that boss was terrorizing a local town and they were killing people from that town. Later on, I went down the road. I was doing another side quest. Got stopped in the middle of the side quest by an NPC. This woman came up to me. She's like, "Did you defeat that enemy over there? He killed my husband, and now I've been trying to manage my farm on my own, until now. And like, I just want to know that he didn't die peacefully." And then Cliff's like, "Nope, I did. I put away to him. He did not go peacefully." And she was like, "Well, thank you so much for that."
Like,
and then she may give you like a few like copper just to like make you like just to like compensate for it. But like it is just completely just random off the side of the road. I went back a few saves before I beat that boss. Went to the farm where she was, saw that there was another man working with her who I could assume was her husband. Went back to the save after that happened, saw that there was no man there.
This is like Fear and Hunger 2.
It really is.
Like
it's insane the level of detail where it's like, oh yeah, now this NPC will not spawn there anymore because canonically in the lore they were killed,
and
now she's a widow.
Off camera, like
it's insane. It's like and that's another like huge compliment is that like for every little annoyance I have a big thing like this. I'm like you guys are going above and beyond in establishing the world and making it feel like a living, breathing thing. The other thing I was going to say is like the different houses, like the main political players on the board on the play set. Like you can see the influence that they have. You can see how like this amount of territory is occupied by this house, and if you liberate this thing, that territory expands a little bit and it gets a little bigger.
That's almost like Assassin's Creed Odyssey type of like
a little bit
territory type thing going on.
That's a very good because honestly this game is very similar. This game is similar to Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and that you can dual wield like anything and put anything in one hand versus the other hand to fight. That's really fun. But it is similar to Odyssey in that way too, in terms of the territory control and liberation. Really good stuff. Just honestly, the story in general, I think people are hating on the story too much. I'm having a really good time with the story. I think it's simple. It's not going to do anything profound that you haven't seen done already somewhere else, but
it's doing so much
fun.
more.
It's having a lot of fun with it, and it takes itself just seriously enough to where you're like, I can see where the stakes are where they are. Yeah. I don't know. Like it works enough. It does what it needs to do, and then it's done. Yes. I feel like it can be as simple as that. Sometimes I don't need a game to like explore like familial grief and explore why someone is going through like the hardships of losing a significant other and a child, and then they're doing the found father trope again. Like sometimes it can just be, I'm rescuing my friends and we're gonna hang out at camp and make food and have a drink together and then go gamble and then go fight and then rinse and repeat the next day. Sometimes that's good. And I don't know. Exactly. It is tough to draw the line. Do we need it to be profound for it to be good? No. Or is fun good enough for a game? Because as we are debating on how to rank and how to accurately review a story or a game or a piece of media that this is, I feel like it's important to consider that. Where do we draw the line? Where is quality good enough, or where is it not good enough for this? And I think for me, when I'm relating a piece of media like a game that is kind of a 4D experience, you have the sight, the sound, the experiencing of like the tactile things, the like experiencing the story. We have all these different things where it is a more interactive experience in a movie or a book or a show or music or any other piece of media.
Right.
It is more experience. It's more well-rounded than those. Even though I would prefer for the story to be a little bit more in depth than it currently is, I do still feel like the sum of its parts do elevate it to a level that other media might not be able to be elevated to. And so because of that, it does end up at a higher score than I might otherwise give it. And this has come after weeks now of me going back and forth on what do I rate it? What's fair? What standard do I set for myself and for the game and for ranking in general? And I don't know. I feel like you have to consider all the above. I don't know. Yeah. What do you think, Connor?
Well,
and Ben?
I agree.
Yeah. I was just going to say that I think even in terms of, and I'm going to kind of like talk more movie than just like video game, because like movies are obviously just, they're fully narrative.
Yeah.
Right?
There's all narrative and it's all there.
And it's all there. Is that some of the best movies and some of my favorite movies are not revolutionary or profound plots, you know? They're just done well.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like, whether it be from the voice, from the acting itself, or the way that the story unfolds, or the reactions from the people, where the story feels more down to earth, or just the way that it's presented and that you actually feel a part of it, but we obviously notice the shortcomings in a lot of areas where they kill off someone and we had no emotional attachment to them and we were supposed to, but it was like, you guys didn't give us any feedback about this guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like it's so difficult to judge a narrative when society as a whole is wanting everything to continually raise the bar.
And continuing to reinvent the wheel.
And to come up with some new profound plot that's never been done before.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like genuinely, unless you're some sort of maestro or genius or whatever, like you're probably not going to do something that no one has ever done before.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, pick something that's good and make it good.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't necessarily know that it needs to be profound. I just think it needs to be done well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like unless you're someone like the creator of like Nier,
yeah,
where you mix in like gameplay with the story and try to do something innovative in the story to that regard. The last place I would expect someone to really push the boundary and be innovative is the plot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, you know, like a lot of stories have already been done. Like, I expect certain things. I expect tropes. I expect this and that. Like, it's gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
if there was one place I was ever going to like be a little bit lackadaisical on, it would be the plot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even so, it's not bad.
It's not.
Like, it's not bad.
I would take it a step further. I think people are being too harsh on it. I think it's not only is it not bad, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand my ground on this. I think that there are issues with it, sure, but I still think that like overall,
Yeah.
it is interesting. You have this power struggle.
there's
You have,
worse.
like this. There's okay, but even then,
verifiably worse.
there's much worse. But even then, I feel like that's still it's kind of like setting the bar too low. I still
Yeah.
think with a lot of things that are there, it's still good. It's not great.
Yeah.
But it's still good,
It's
and I
still
think
good.
like I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying a lot of the side. Honestly, I'm enjoying just about every side character that Cliff interacts with. They feel distinct. Like when I hear a character's name, I'm like, oh, I know what to expect from them.
Yeah.
I know what they're gonna say and how like what kind of conversation I can expect how they're going to react to something before they react to it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I get their characters enough that I need to for this context. And I
Yeah.
don't know, I'm liking it. I like even the side characters that you play with, like Damien and Unka, like even both of them, I'm like, I see what you guys are, and I see what your characteristics and mannerisms are. I don't know. I think people are being much too harsh on it.
I think so.
I think that this game arguably does not have a worse plot than Ghost of Yotei. And some people may fight me on that. If you do, I'll
Crimson
fight back.
6-7.
Yeah. Oh my
Crimson
gosh.
6-7.
But still, like with Ghost of Yotei, a big issue I had was that it was by the numbers. It was good, but it was by the numbers.
Yeah.
With this one, because the I just realized the whole six. Yeah.
The Yotei
The
6.
Yotei 6. Oh, okay, sorry. I was
Yeah,
really,
that's
I was
why.
really slow on that one. Good lord.
That's what I was saying.
But with this one, it's like, yes, this one does it by the numbers. It does kind of an expected plot point for certain things, but other things are not expected. There's
Yes.
certain things that threw me for a loop a little bit, where I was like, whoa, I wasn't really seeing that
Yeah,
coming. I'm kind
that's
of
cool.
cool. Like that. That's cool. I see what you guys are trying to do. I like it. I want to see more of that. I want to see where this
Yeah.
character's going. I want to see where this character's group and their affiliation and the people that they're involved with. What are your goals and what are you guys trying to do? Like a lot
Yeah.
of times, I will skip side content to continue with the main content because I want to see what happens with it.
That's
And
fair.
If anything, I think that's a positive. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm engaged with the main content. Where I'm like, I want to keep going with this and see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For real.
I just think that there's a lot of people that are harsher on it because, like I said earlier, they're taking the opinion of a YouTuber or an online content creator that they saw and they're rehashing it without having finished the game. I think we talked about this earlier. The Oscars recently changed their scoring system to where you are only allowed to vote on a movie if you have watched it. You are only allowed to vote on anything if you have watched the thing that it is from.
Let it be
all
known.
the way.
We only give final opinions here if we have played
Yes.
the game.
I won't give a final score until I've rolled credits on a game.
I'm happy to give my tentative opinions all day long.
Yeah, I'll give tentative
Oh, yeah.
opinions, but my thing is, I am going to be fair. I have a number in my head right now, but I know that I haven't rolled credits. I know I haven't done the final boss fights, and I don't have resolution on certain plot points.
Yep.
And so those could very well change, positive or negative, certain ways that I feel about the game. So I'm gonna wait. I'm
Yep.
going to be honest. I'm going to see what happens when I go a little bit further in the game.
Agreed.
And then once I have seen how the game has chosen to present its finale, then I decide on a conclusion.
Yes.
We have all these people out here that are like rushing to get an opinion out there for in the name of content instead of journalistic
Yeah.
integrity. And I think that all of these people that are like these journalistic, like game journalism places are actively doing themselves a disservice, and they're losing buy-in from their viewers in that they're rushing to conclusions. They're doing a review in progress. They're doing we're not done with it yet, but here's a number anyway, or a number that we're thinking anyway. And here's our opinions on this. And I think that your opinion is always going to be, for a game of this size especially. And I think this also will apply to GTA when it comes out, because I know GTA 6 will not launch with online automatically. Online will come afterwards. And I don't think that it's going to be fair. I'm going to say this now. I don't think it's going to be fair to rank GTA without its online component.
No.
So I think that whenever it does come out and we talk about it and we release and we rank it, I don't think that I'm going to give it a final number until after online comes out, because I feel like it's not fair. It's not just to give it an answer.
I wouldn't either.
Same for this. That's what I'm doing here.
Agreed.
And I will say, kind of like on the topic of everything about what I was talking about as well, is like my dream video game that I don't know that will ever come out.
Yeah.
You know, is not a revolutionary game.
Yeah.
No.
It's just bits and pieces from a bunch of different games.
Which this kind of is in some ways.
Yeah. You know?
Well,
And so,
okay, to that point,
but
I know you love online games and you prefer to play games that are online.
Yeah.
They have said they're trying to find a way to
They're
make
looking
this.
I think it was an official announcement that I was coming as a DLC.
It's officially, they said,
We're trying.
we'll look into it if player interest is high enough.
It's there.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I would love to play through that with you. Like, because I know that you would be more interested in this game.
On
dude,
record,
if it was
I'm interested.
Instantly, if I can play a game with a friend,
Yeah.
it's like 10 points. It's like 4 points higher.
Yes.
On my rating.
And that's
scale.
fair.
You know, it's like, I don't know. I very rarely play games by myself, mostly because I have 1,000 hobbies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
And games are kind of a social thing too.
yeah.
And so it's like sometimes you're like, do I want to play a game where all I'm doing is listening to pre-recorded voice lines, or do I want to do something where I'm interacting with someone else that I know in real life too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but I genuinely do think that as a strictly PC gamer at this point in my life, I do have a Switch, but that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Drift.
Being able to kick back on a couch, I think, and play a story mode game would be way
it's
different than like sitting at my computer.
It's very different.
You know?
It's a different mindset. That's
Yeah.
why, like, honestly, the reason I still like have kept myself from getting a PC and why I kind of like stick to PS5 is because for me, it's weird to put it this way. It's almost a ritual in a way, right?
Yeah.
Like when you have a hobby and you have a certain thing that you're trying to do a certain way, it's like it gets to you have a process that you follow for it. And I feel like when I am at a desk in any form, regardless of how comfortable the chair is, regardless of what the screen is like, work.
Yeah.
That's what my mind's at.
No, yeah, I
But
agree.
for me, if I'm on a couch, I'm like, okay, this is either I'm going to watch something or I'm going to play something.
I agree.
It's a space of relaxation.
Like, I have
Yeah,
Crimson Desert
yeah.
on PC too, and I'm like, I think the reason I've not played it as much is because I'm used to playing story games on a TV.
Right.
Yeah.
So, right.
Yeah, I
that
agree.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
So I might take my laptop out to the living room, and
Yeah,
plug it up to
yeah.
my TV, and see
There
what
you go.
happens.
HDMI cord in.
Go ahead.
Yeah, HDMI cord in.
Do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a 50-foot HDMI cord and plug your PC into your TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 16-foot one, but I don't think it'll reach.
I mean, like a
Right.
big
That's,
old one.
Yeah.
yeah. I would say it's worth it. I mean, I'm not done yet. Like I said, I haven't rolled credits. But man, there is so much.
There's a
There are
lot.
entire cities where I haven't done a side quest in that
big
city
game.
yet. Because I've just been doing main quest line and I've been focusing on certain things. Like and I think that's a good thing too. Because I'm like, I don't want to be done with this game yet. Like I put enough work into it where I'm like, okay, Skyrim, my very first playthrough of Skyrim. 300 something hours. I was in high school. I didn't have much else I was playing at the time that was story related anyway. So like I could afford that. But with this lately, this last year, you know, like I played like 30 something games, story games, start to finish, like beginning to roll credits. Hardly any of those were open world games. It was really just me playing a lot of different games where I'm like, I just want to like finish this just so I can get a review and have an opinion on it. But with this is one where I'm like, I am eager to take my time.
Yeah.
This is the hurry up and wait mindset game for me, where I'm like, I want to like properly give this game the time that I feel like it deserves.
Yeah.
And a lot of things have gotten better over time. That's the point that I brought up in this conversation. A lot of things that I thought were a problem at first, and after playing enough time, I'm like, no, I just had to wait. I just wasn't patient enough for it. And I don't think you should require every player to be patient.
Right.
Be 100 hours patient to get
asking
to
a lot.
something. It is asking a lot, but if you can get to that point, if you have the MMO mindset and you're bought in from that standpoint,
It's very rewarding.
I think there's a lot for you there. And that's kind of where I'm going to end this, honestly.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of games that you've been playing,
Yeah, what have you been playing?
story mode games. Are you going to be playing Pragmata?
Someday. I'm not going to play it at launch. My next thing...
Today is launch.
No, I know. I have a friend
launched
that got it,
Yeah.
and he's hyped about it. My next single-player game that I'm going to be playing after I finish Crimson Desert is the new Bond game, the James Bond game, First Light.
Yeah.
That's the next game that I will be paying full price money for.
Dude.
I'm not paying another full price game until that point.
So I watched someone play Pragmata today, and I was purposefully not locking in a lot because I didn't want to spoil any too much if I wanted to play it.
Right.
But this is someone who's also currently playing Dark Souls 2 for the first time. Which, if you know anything about Dark Souls 2,
Wow.
it's hard.
Yeah,
the worst one.
the worst
And
one. Yeah.
they were playing Pragmata, and they were on some boss, and they ended the stream, and they were like, that was harder than any Dark Souls 2 boss I've ever fought.
Really?
They're like, that was so...
Well, are there difficulty settings? Were they playing on like a harder
I don't
difficulty?
know, but it was out of nowhere. They were like, that was really hard all of a sudden. Like, that was hard.
Wow.
Dang.
And so they and that's where they kind of like they ended because like they got rage baited,
Wow.
mostly because the girl in their back was like would not shut up. They were like, stop. Okay, we're done. We're like,
Yeah, real.
And so they ended there. But I was like, okay, I didn't know it's got that dog in it. I guess
It does,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah.
got that
It
dog in
looks
it.
fun. I'm looking forward to playing it. Are you going to play it? Is that what you're
I'm
gonna
probably
do?
not. I think the next game that I'm going to buy is going to be the Sword Art Online.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes
Oh,
out.
yeah, Sora Aincrad something.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Aincrad, whatever. So
Sword Art Offline.
I was
Yeah.
that was my gateway anime that got me into anime, and so
Fair.
it has like a special place
Yeah, you should do it then.
in
It's
my
Attack on
heart.
Titan for
So
me.
Yeah,
Attack on Titan was genuinely my like
I have
gateway
too many
anime.
games in the backlog.
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like that's back when season 1 was like airing.
oh shoot,
Like
Yeah.
I had to wait those years
I
in
remember.
between season 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I was
Yeah.
there too.
yeah.
It's bad, man.
My wife was My
bad.
Hero Academia.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
okay. You want to talk about a game or a story that may not reinvent the wheel, but does the expected thing well? I think
this
My
is where
Hero
this
was
is
that.
where we're gonna end the podcast because I disagree.
See, I don't think you've watched as much as me though. For that
I've
show.
watched 3 seasons and it still wasn't good. So
I have not watched the final season. I don't know why, but I genuinely don't feel like watching.
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say the same thing for Demon Slayer, where like it does the expected thing, but it does the expected thing well. I would say the same thing
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that series.
Yeah.
I've only
can't-
watched the first season, so I
I
don't know.
count those as similar. My Hero has its issues, but
I think we also
that's just-
love Demon Slayer for the
I think-
insane animation.
hype moments in aura. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys
Yeah.
watched the movie
Yeah.
yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've watched one of the movies. I haven't watched the most recent one though.
Okay.
same.
Yeah.
I've only-
Yeah. I want to. I just
Infinity
haven't gotten
Castle.
to it. Yeah, I haven't seen that
watched
one
that.
yet. I want to.
It's on my server. Watch it when you
That's
want.
true.
Yeah.
If you're a listener,
Watch
you
it when
can't
you
get
want.
it. You're
Yeah,
not in the circle.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Once we get to 1 million subscribers,
You have to
everybody
be
has access
a.
to
You have to
Ben's
be
Plus.
a. You have to donate and be a tier 3 subscriber.
Yeah, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, if you want to watch the Demon Slayer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, comment, like,
Give me 1,000
Pay,
share.
pay
$1,000.
more than the movie costs
Yeah, that too,
somewhere.
that
I don't know.
too. Is there anything else that like Connor or Ben you guys have been playing? Or
If
Jason?
We
you
talked
pay
about
tier 3, you
Winrose
also get
some.
exclusive photos.
yeah, yeah.
And then I pulled this. One of the things you missed was I pulled the Steam numbers. There are more people playing Crimson Desert right now than Marvel Rivals.
That's crazy.
Doesn't surprise me.
On Steam.
Rivals is falling off hard, dude.
No, it's actually it's back up.
Is it really?
From Overwatch?
Is it really?
Yeah. So,
Oh, they added that one character that's like.
well, Connor was
extreme
saying that there's
bait.
a new update coming.
for Overwatch. Yeah,
No, for Rivals.
So the new Overwatch update just came out, but a new Rivals update is about to come out.
New character, I'm
boy.
guessing. Is it the cat one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are going to get on for that,
Oh yeah.
including me. I'm no better. I'm getting on too.
Yeah, you have to check it out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's important.
I mean,
Yeah.
in terms of that, I don't know that there's been any crazy stuff.
Yeah. Dude,
I
got.
think I did a quick Minecraft
Some-
stint between last recordings and now. I did
monolith.
Cisco's RPG.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. You did
That
do
one's
that.
really fun. If
We
you
got.
guys-
I think this summer might be a summer for Minecrafting. I think we could do a little more
Minecraft
this
and
summer.
Sea of Thieves.
Dude, they're pushing off Fable this year because they don't want it to clash with the timeline of GTA.
All right.
Understandable.
That's so understandable.
very understandable. Bums me out because between the two of those, I would have played
All right,
Fable
well,
over GTA.
Friend Slop Summer.
Friends
Friend
Summer.
Slap
Dude. Yeah,
Summer.
we're pirating and Minecrafting.
Yeah,
Okay.
Who knows what else?
At some point, dude.
pirating
I,
in more ways than one.
yeah, yeah.
We're giving slop. We're slopping our friends.
yeah. I have 3 reviews that I could do until I finish Crimson Desert, in which case I would then all 4. I still haven't done my Skate Story review, and then I
right.
have my I
you're
finished. I
Oh
finished.
my gosh, you're right.
I know.
That's
I
crazy.
finished Cocoon.
We've heard all about it, but we
Yeah,
haven't
we've
had
heard
it
all about
like,
it, yeah.
recorded yet.
Yeah, we'll do that at some point. I finished Cocoon. That's another indie game I really liked and
I don't know
finished.
what that is.
We've talked about it, and then Mario movie. It's game
Oh
adjacent.
wow,
It
It's
is.
game adjacent.
Game adjacent,
I could very much give a review on that.
Game
I'm probably
adjacent
also
enough.
gonna get Forza 6.
Dude,
Oh,
same.
dude,
But
I wanna
it's,
play
it's,
that
it's coming to
so
PlayStation
bad.
late. It's coming to
I wanna play
Xbox
that
before it comes to
Really?
PlayStation.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I know,
Forza
it's-
is an Xbox
yeah.
thing, but
It
at the
is
same
a
time, it's
Microsoft.
like Xbox is fried. Like, just give it
Just
up.
do
Xbox
it.
is
Who
washed. I fear.
cares?
Give it up.
Also,
no, I
when is
really want
Forza
Fires in
coming
the
out?
bag.
I also played some Schedule 1.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
there's
crazy.
the guy keeps dropping updates.
Okay.
I
Like
don't think I know about that one.
still,
That's a.
you start a drug empire,
Oh, tough.
and it's like a super low res.
It's like a Roblox game. It's like a tycoon.
Yeah, Los Pollos Hermanos.
Yeah,
It's like a tycoon game where you upgrade, keep
Okay.
selling more.
Yeah. Fortnite Tycoon.
Yeah.
Dude, back when we played Fortnite slop games.
Forza 6
Not
drops
much longer.
May 19th,
Yeah.
so about a month from today.
But that's just Xbox and maybe PC. I think it's not
That's on
PlayStation for
Steam.
months.
So
But no, when that one comes out, PlayStation, that's a day one for me.
Which one?
Like Forza, new Forza.
yeah,
Yeah, that's day one when it's PlayStation.
We
but
are.
It's just
we are. I was gonna make. Okay, I'm not gonna say it. We are racing with the friends.
racing summer.
You can call us
you could.
Racist.
racing fanatics. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, he beat us to it, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
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 I'm excited for Forza. I'm excited for the Bond game. I feel like I'm probably gonna be the only one of us that's gonna play that one, but I can't wait. It feels like
wow, I would like to hear you talk about
It's a
that.
very
though.
Nathaniel coded game.
it is, but it feels like it's a spiritual successor of both Uncharted and
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and Indiana Jones,
Yes.
honestly, to that extent.
It does.
And they have Lana Del Rey doing a Bond song for it because like
crazy.
they always have to have like a Bond song
They
for
do.
something.
Yes.
She's doing the Bond song for this.
That's
for
pretty
this
cool.
I don't know
game.
how I feel about that.
That's a cool idea.
That's a good idea.
Because like Bond hasn't had
It's a
like a
good
movie
idea.
release in a while, and I like the idea that they're
Yes.
treating this as a major enough release
Yes,
in the
exactly.
franchise that it's getting its own Bond
it's
song.
garnering that level
Sure,
of.
That's
but-
cool to me.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, but
What?
why is it Lana Del Rey?
I mean,
I don't care.
Okay,
but
okay.
like
Be honest. She has the voice for a Bond song.
it's true.
It's true.
Like if we're being completely honest, it would be her or Leve. They're saving Leve for the next movie.
It's saying leave it for Fortnite.
Well, that too.
oh,
that too.
are you
that too.
deadass?
Oh, you don't know? Yeah, she's actually coming to
she
Fortnite.
just-
Stop, dude.
She posted it before Epic did. Anyway.
Well, guess who also is going under?
Oh, Connor.
Epic. Oh, what?
Oh.
Oh. Epic.
Yeah. Thousands
And
thousand
listen,
employees.
I like the Leve, but why does she know about crossovers? Like,
yeah. What do you know about
I like the Leve song, but Epic is
She-
actually is not doing well. Well,
It's real bad.
we'll
dude.
probably
I'm
have an update about that later.
happy
we
to
will
hear
do
that.
a news episode.
You can only have
and-
so many horrible battle passes. and everything.
It was like 10 bad battle passes in a row
Before people stopped playing the game.
That was all of us. Literally, it was like they went from solid battle pass to solid battle pass, and then the season after the car one, like the Mad Max themed one, the season after that was so bad. Every single one since then has been horrible, and everybody that we know stopped playing because of that.
All right.
Anyway,
It's
next
bad.
episode.
It's been 2 hours. We gotta stop.
I know. We're talking game news. We're doing a review next time. We're doing
doing
back into the swing of
something.
things.
We're doing.
We'll be here or be square.
Yeah,
we're doing
press square.
the
This one's
skill
a
issue podcast.
rhyme.
We're doing skill issue podcast is back on the up.
It's
back on the up and
It's
up.
back on the high.
It's back on the up. You thought it was over. You thought it was over.
They couldn't keep
You
us
thought it
down.
was bye, but actually it's high.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been a really good
They
line
didn't
to end
believe
on.
in us.
Yeah,
They didn't believe in us.
yeah. We're talking more games next week.
The
Alright.
YouTube
But
sucks,
thanks.
dude.
Bye.